Greetings, you people, and hello, Marquis. How's it going? Hi, it's been this Brightstone. I do indeed welcome you to Sunday morning heroes, everybody. It is time to begin with yet another session of D&D, 5th edition, and I have with us here today Quillatane and Demonac and the lovely A Kiss for Luck. Alright, so, without further ado, we have some things to do, so let's just get some FaceTime continuum. Hello, Bells, I hear you too. FaceTime, and 3, and 2, and 1, and faces. All the faces in and around, and some of us are making faces and fading away. So, hello and everybody to the viewers there. Hope everything is okay. Everything is fine for the volume. We can only hear you, Briarstone. Well, that's fine. You should be able to hear everybody else now. Is that right? We can only hear you, Briarstone. Uh-oh. Oh. You know what's probably up? I just realized something. Yeah, so this is going to be a weird start of the recording, too, for YouTube. 1 second. We had to switch things around yesterday to get proper volume in places for the live stream. But to do that, we screwed things up. So where is device not connected or available? Yes, that's not what we want. We want that, and we're going to say okay to that, and we're going to hope that this is working. Right? Let's see. Yeah, seems like it is. I have a little volume indicator. We're going to know for sure in just a moment. Bad technology, you're bad. Quillatane, sing so that we can know when the sound comes on.
Damn, I didn't realize we were gonna do karaoke D&D. Otherwise, I would have had something prepared.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you could always start with the one like "Let It Go." I mean, get that stuck in people's head and make them pay for it. All right, so
see me rolling.
They hate
some 20s.
Oh, there's that. Not no ones. There's a rhyme in there. It has to come in at some point.
There you go. She's singing. There.
Yeah, we have bells singing.
Will and Bella can sing to each other.
Yeah.
Sing it, baby.
That coon's like, yeah,
sing it, baby.
Bird. All right.
Sing, my angel.
So,
sing, my
morning,
angel.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, we were going for Phantom of the Opera, but
right, I know, but I went straight to Deadpool soundtrack because
Bella fixed it. Look, they said Bella fixed it.
We should get some wham up in here. All right. So currently, as Bells is letting everybody know where you guys left off. Yes, exactly, Bells. You guys had fought an incredibly aggravating water elemental.
Yes.
With a name like it's something like that anyway. And
well, now he just sounds like the sound a drain makes as it empties.
Oh, it just sounds like
little whirlpool down the drain.
Yeah,
like
we'll just call him flush water.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Bells. Let other people talk. All right. So currently, in terms of the flushing elemental, we're done with that. There's a bunch of white noise coming back from the rivers. The river is now starting to come forth and is covering up the, it didn't take long, but the bones, the actual dead people that were there in the bottom of the river is slowly being buried, if you want to call it that, by the river's waters. Is there anything that you guys want to do with the bones? As, you know, it's still shallow water, you can start picking some out for burial, or you're just going to leave it there, like, screw it, move on?
You said there was just like a just a ford of human bones.
Yeah, there's a bunch going on there. Yeah, at the very least,
Church Town already looted it.
Yeah, I mean, you did.
I don't think there's much we want to do other than looting.
Okay,
so.
I mean, well, that's your prerogative, right? You know, you could be one of those. I don't know if one of you was like, well, I want to turn lawful, good and grab the bones and start burying them or something. But that's fine.
They're buried at sea. We don't know what their tradition was.
Yeah, we don't want to assume what they would want us to do with their bones. I understand.
Oh, okay.
At the very least, you guys can tell the people at Bardrite, if you're still heading towards Bardrite, you can tell the people there what you encountered, and maybe they can move people out to go and recollect and stuff like that.
And also, if you're drinking the water, it's probably no longer vegetarian.
Ooh, here's that. That's got a bit of a delicious flavor.
It's like some kind of broth now.
Yeah, bone broth. All right.
God.
So.
Gazpacho.
Oh, water under the bridge, says Tony.
Oh, that's something to mention. I didn't mention that, but there are remnants and pieces of the bridge that was across this gap. There is a bridge, or was a bridge. There's a reason there's a reason that there's a road across this.
Right. Okay.
Because generally,
Well, it looks like a
road.
ford. I mean, with the rocks there, I just thought it was a place to ford the river. So.
Yeah, no, those
See,
are actually
that-
really large rocks. So.
Okay.
So.
Well, to get to the end, are we still following down the river though? Right.
Yep. You can still go south, and you can find your way to the barge right. But yeah, there's no particular reason, as Tao would know. There's no particular reason to arrive on the west side or the east bank, I should say, the west bank or the east bank. You're gonna make your way there, and when you're there, there's going to be several ways to get back and forth across the river. In fact, they use that a lot to stop goods and pick goods up with like winches and such. So it's fine. Okay. Okay, so you guys didn't lose any of the people that were there and around. They were sort of like cheerleaders, right? They were there giving you bonuses to attack and damage, but nobody dies because of that, their engagement.
Good.
So you guys, where's Orna? Orna is a little bit shaken, right? Oh, no, she was healed.
I had to pull her out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I healed her with our last Band-Aid.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have all my spells, but I have no more kits.
It was a pressure bandage. Now it's just pressure.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a tourniquet. Right. So I would say she's able. She's got enough hit points, it seems, to be able to move under her own her weight around herself. So yeah, so you guys can now just move south if you want, down the river. It is to be mentioned that given geographically where you are, if you wanted to go, say, to Red Larch, you would have to cross the river.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
okay.
heading-
We'll go to the barge right in.
We're heading for barge right anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and from the barge right in, there's a road to Red Larch, and it's closer, and we can rest. Plus, yeah, some commitments.
Well, there was the road, the Desarin Road. We could have gone, slightly east and gone on the road and went straight down instead of following the river too. That was another. But I guess we decided to follow the river for
We're already
whatever
pretty far
reason.
down the river, I think.
What was that?
What was that?
I think we're already pretty far down the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a ways. In fact, also given the time of day, you guys could.
We were
decide,
camping.
Yeah, you guys could.
Hadn't we
decide
decided to
here.
camp?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
So if you do end up camping, that is fine. It's roughly another, as Tao would know, most distinctly. I just, you know what, Lasan, you would know too. You travel these areas a lot. You're basically a few hours out from getting there. You should, at this particular place in the river, you should be there if you left early the next day. You should be there in around mid-afternoon. So before they shut the gates, because that's what happens at Barge Right. Barge Right, in the evening, they shut the main gates, and nobody comes in or out. Unless, of course, you want to, parlay with the guards, which never really works out. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I thought last time, just as we left, we had decided we would just back up from the river a little bit and just camp for the night. I thought that's how we ended. We were talking about it anyway.
That seems wise.
Okay.
I mean, that was just a huge fight. We just took a bunch of damage.
Mm-hmm.
We got to treat some wounds, and I got to meditate and get back my side points.
Yeah. So we'll just spend the night and head out in the morning. Or
Okay.
we did spend the night and it's morning. Whatever you're doing with it. So.
So Orna gets back. What was her hit die? I'd actually write her down as an actual NPC proper right now. She's just. I'm pretty sure she starts in and around level 5. So I'm just gonna give her.
I think I gave her. Was it 13 points back last time? It was a chunk. 13. I think she got 13 points back
All right,
from the kit.
13. Yeah. She's okay
Yeah.
for that now. She's got 13 total, but then she's going to add another 6 to that for resting. 13 plus 6 is actually 19. Okay, so she's got 19 hit points at the moment. And Gira, I'm gonna do him real fast. You guys can do yourselves. Oh, Gira did pretty good. Much better. So he's gonna be doing +3. So that'll be 48 plus 12 is no. There it is. He's not quite full health.
Did you hit a hotkey and change the scene?
Apparently I did. There it is. It's back. Thank you guys. I have to avoid using my numpad. 1 second. I thought I did everything right, and I did everything wrong. Let's get that out of the way. Out of the way. It's my day after my birthday. Listen, I was a little incoherent yesterday. It's fine. There it is.
Fell asleep really early.
I did. All right. Now, if I touch these keys, they shouldn't be. Yes. Okay. Now it does no longer change the scene. There's no hotkeys. Just got rid of them instead of trying to figure out where to put them. Okay, so you guys are, so you guys are ready to probably move out the next day. It is early in the morning, unless, of course, you want to decide to leave later. It is early in the morning.
Early in the morning is fine.
Just get out and go.
Okay, kicking the dirt on the fire. All right, so without trying to talk too much about the in-between bits from here to there, the scenery is all something that you really, really are familiar with. The river does widen up a bit, and it is quite fantastic looking. I mean, this is sort of the area of the world in between Red Larch and Waterdeep. Is it Waterdeep? Yeah.
Yeah.
That becomes very, like, almost people just have pilgrimages here, not for religious reasons, just because people like to see it. So it's that beautiful. But anyway, you're
like
moving
Ayrshire.
Oh, yeah, it's really nice. Yeah. So yeah, you're moving on down, and it's about because there's nothing that happens in between here and you're getting to Bardrite at this particular point. So you get to Bardrite in a little bit later than you wanted, but it's still early afternoon. The gates are still open, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and change you
looking
guys
for
over.
herbs as we go.
Okay, good. Put you guys over there.
Oh, nice. Look at that. 16. Wait, that was awesome. That's actually really good.
Oh,
Have enough?
Oh,
31, 37.
Bardrite Inn has got a lot of stuff going on in it.
Yeah, well, Bardrite Inn, the actual inn, is
it's a town.
Is number 5, right? It's the larger estate.
The big place in the back. Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. So like
well, yeah. What's all this other stuff?
I'm trying to figure out what just happened. We have Risen Dragonborn who just gave us a tip, and there it is.
His name's too big.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
Thank you.
I want to write your name in the character sheet on screen, but it doesn't really fit. So there it is. It's running off, as it happens to do. All right, thank you very much for that generosity. All right, so you guys are here. I'm going to say that you guys are probably not bringing in Gira, or do you want to bring in Gira? I mean, that's the thing. Totally up to you. I'm just not sure if anybody else in and around the town's going to quite take.
This is true.
Well, I
what
mean,
do we do with him?
He's only a half ogre or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, ask him, like, have you ever been here before? Did you come back here with your friend before we met you? Or do you guys avoid place like this?
We no come close to you, cause you no come close to us.
Aww. But he's our friend.
People are kind of dicks sometimes. Okay.
Super dick.
Maybe you are you okay staying out here? Maybe cause less trouble.
Oh no!
No, we can't. He's been our friend. We can't just. This guy's like saved our lives and stuff. He'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm pro him, but I'm if he used to not coming to places like this, then I don't know.
Yeah, we have to teach him.
Yeah.
We either gonna. I mean, if we're gonna bring him back to Red Larch, or if we're gonna keep him, or we just tell him to go his merry. I don't know. We'll just have to teach him his table manners. That's all.
What does he think?
In the quick conversation, you kind of get the idea that he would rather, camp outside the area, away and pretty much far away. In fact, if you wanted to find him, he would probably like to, because this would have been a conversation along the way, because he would know where you guys are going. He would probably like to stay even a day's length out, really. He doesn't want to be that close.
So he would have stayed at the camp we had overnight.
Like 8 hours away.
Yeah, something like that. Probably would be his.
I mean, are we just parting ways with him now then?
You could with some sort of you can catch up later.
So.
You know, you can tell him where to meet you somewhere later if you wanted.
Yeah, but I'm saying after this, we're going back to Red Larch probably. I don't know, maybe not, but
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. Depends on if you have anything to do there. But yeah, you might be doing a few towns here and there, and maybe you don't. I don't know. It's whatever you want to do with him. He's one of those people that you kind of get the idea that if you left him to his own devices, he's probably gonna go turn into an entrepreneur of some sort. You know, he seems like an entrepreneur type of person.
What do you
I don't
mean,
know.
like
I mean-
highwayman?
You know, an entrepreneur. It's whatever you want to call it, but you know, it's an entrepreneur.
I'm not trying to get rid of him by any means. I like having him along.
Debatra, I want to say thank you very much for that generosity right now.
My goodness, thank
67.42 septims just come floating in. Very much appreciated. Right.
I mean, then we can hook up with them after this again. I just feel bad, you know, always
I do
leaving him
too.
behind for
I do too.
Yeah.
any town stuff. Although he's damn handy when we go down to dungeons and things.
Yeah.
You know what would be very interesting? You probably have already considered this, but there are certain things you can get, like sending stones and whatever. That if you was to purchase one of those in and around, places that you can purchase them, you can give him one and then call him in.
Can't Tao do that anyway?
I don't know. Does Tal do that stuff?
Do what?
Can you make
You've had
sending
psychic
stones?
links before?
Yeah, but it's pretty short range.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Nobody has like a disguise spell or something.
Well, that would be handy.
No.
Although you
That
are
would be-
still going in, it is to be quite considered that you guys are in the Bardrite territory. Bardrite is extensively owned and operated by the Zentrum, which they're spies. They're really good at figuring out things.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't know if the point of it is actually to like hide him from like the powers that be. I think the point is to avoid like random trouble.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if we could disguise him as like a large human, make him look more like Eric's brother than Eric's brother actually looks.
There you go. There you go.
Just wander in there like that. Like, yeah, sure, some Zentarum people might question us. They're like, why are you bringing this guy in here? Like, well, we disguised him because we wanted to bring a half ogre.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is, no matter what, we are a big group, a big diverse group. We are going to get
Yes.
attention coming in here.
Yeah.
We've got half elves, two of us. There's a dwarf. There's there's a group of people. He could just be part of the pack, you know.
I mean, unless we wanted to come in two groups or something, or do something like that. I mean, but he says he doesn't want to come into town anyway, so that's fine. So we won't.
Yeah.
No, it would be uncomfortable for him.
If he's not in favor of going through that,
Okay.
put him through it necessarily.
Okay. Well, we'll acclimatize him at Red Larch when we're home.
Oh, there you go. You know, that smaller city.
Yeah, you
know
know
that's
everyone
fine,
there. It's a
maybe.
different
Yeah.
situation.
Put him in the kitchen making pies.
Yeah.
Yes, and he'll become everybody's favorite, and
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
awesome.
And when he goes on his own adventures, he'll come back because sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
There you go.
All right. So.
Still have my old farm.
Yeah.
Property anyway.
Oh, there's that.
What's
too.
that?
Still have my old farm, the property
Yes, you've got a farm. I live on a farm.
That's further.
Yeah.
north,
We have a
though,
big
right?
farm with several houses and things. We've got the whole family's got places out there.
anyway. Yeah,
I'm sure
so
we
that's
could
somewhere
find
he can
work
live
for him.
outside of town, but still
Yeah.
not be just left in the wilderness.
Yes, I'll take him home. My family won't mind at all.
Well, yeah, maybe. Who knows?
They'll be fine.
Hmm.
They'll have to.
Oh, and as Orna goes, Orna is parting ways with you if you guys allow her to. She's coming into town here,
Figured.
and she doesn't really want much else to do with anything in terms of adventures and everything. She feels like she's rather done. She's got, in fact, she even tells you outright that now, since her whole vengeance that she had is done, she doesn't really know what she's going to do next. She's going to probably sign on to a mercenary band or whatever, make some money.
Well, and with all the former prisoners and stuff like that too, this might not be a terrible place to part ways with them, because I'm sure there's lots of caravans that come through here. This is a major hub.
Yes.
Lots of trading. That's why this was set up in the first place. So there's people going in every single direction from here. So if we give them like a couple of gold coins each, which is going to be more than enough to cover passage on these various wagons, then they can go to Waterdeep, they can go to wherever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, just getting them here, they are basically rescued, like, by definition now.
They're rescued. We just don't want to make sure they, have to resort to begging here. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you guys take care of them in that fashion. Just outside of what you can see here, just outside the reaches of the border of the visual map here, that is where the river is. That's where the bridge system is. And yes, a lot of things do come this way into Waterdeep in terms of different types of trade material will come in here, as well as those wayfarers who seek refuge for the evening. Or for weeks in, if they're merchants and they just like set up shop outside. Right here, number 4, you'll see number 4, the area number 4. That area is pretty much where they set up like quick shops and everything. Like merchants come up, they set up a shop and they tear it down, and they set it up and they tear it down.
Yeah.
They do have to get, of course, rights and everything to do that. You have to get a permit. You have to pay for that, mind you. And if you guys are interested in that at all, you can also do that. Obviously, all this stuff is available to you if you wanted to pursue that sort of thing. And then where you see number 3 is the gate. That's the main gate. There's a big giant wall. I say giant wall. It is rather large. In fact, I have a, if you want to look at the stream, I'll have a picture of what it looks like.
Are these stone walls? It kind of looks like stone on the map.
Yeah. And it's stone walls, and it goes up a, it's like tier and
it looks like it's on a hill. It looks like there's a big, like a plateau with the town on top and a wall, and then it looks like it's gone downhill from there.
That is a really cool picture.
An outer wall with all the paddocks and stuff in it. And oh my goodness, like that's beautiful.
Okay. So that's basically what you're looking at in terms of, and there's more buildings obviously in and around, but what's squeezed in there are buildings of import, right? Different places that you can go.
Oh, that's beautiful. My goodness, look at that. Yeah. It's got the 2 towers and is that actually supposed to be art of the Barge Ride Inn?
Yes,
it looks like it should be. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and in fact, the 2 towers in the back section there, that does belong to the Barge Ride Inn specific. That is the proper upper levels and everything, the spires and such. But yeah,
this thing's been around for like centuries at this point.
Yes.
This inn.
Yeah. Absolutely, and in fact, it has changed hands. This area historically has changed hands a few times. It didn't always belong to the Zentrum, but the Zentrum have, just regard it as complete control of this area right now. So there's that.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Boop. No. So what do you guys want to do? It is mid-afternoon. You don't have to worry about, like I mentioned, the gates are still open. You can pass back and forth. There's guards there, obviously, but there's not like a processing, thing. You don't have to stand in line. You just kind of wander in and out. But towards the end, as Tal will tell you, if you haven't been here before, I don't know if you have been here specifically.
I have not been here before.
No, eh? Okay. Then Tal won't tell you, but you kind of get the idea that, come evening, as with most areas, they do shut the main gates, right? So.
Okay, so we're bringing this group of people in. How many did we have? If we're giving them gold, which I love, I think that's very nice.
You wouldn't have to give them much. Here's the thing: you guys are laden with riches at this point in regards to what they would ever have. So, if you gave them like 2 gold piece, or
one gold, so that's what I was suggesting. So there's what, a dozen of them?
There's lots. Yeah.
Right.
There's a dozen of them?
Yes, yeah, there was. I think I said 12 before. I'm pretty sure there's 12. I could probably
pretty sure
research my notes, but I think it's 12. Pretty sure.
At some point, you gave us a range, but I think we just all assumed it was 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we give them a couple of gold each, is enough for people to get passage to wherever.
Wherever. I mean, they could probably go to the other end of the world at that point.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll take care of them.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you much.
Wow.
Very nice.
Well, I had that advance for this thing we're doing now.
Oh yeah, you had a bit.
Good,
Yeah,
yeah.
you had the big chunk. Okay.
I suppose there's
Good,
that.
good.
Yeah. I was just thinking in terms
Thank
of,
you.
you know, Tao treats the world good with pies and now gold. Just don't put gold in the pie.
Yeah, be a little crunchy.
Yeah.
Christmas pudding.
So you guys do have control over your characters. You can move your characters in and around, put them in places where you want to, like, you know, have more knowledge I can impart to you about what's going on there. Or if you want, you can just head straight to the Barge right in and get business underway.
Oh well, we could have a bit of a wander through the market, look around a little bit on the way. But we are here for something. Can anybody remember what exactly?
Well, Tao knows the details. I'm not sure we have that many details. There's some accounting stuff or something. We also have a lot of we also have a bunch of random crud to liquidate.
That's what I was just looking at.
Yeah.
This market here, is there anyone selling, you know, like knickknacks, home decor, antiques?
Yeah, they got knickknacks and
fine
paddywhacks.
things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. If you need someone to barter with, you'll find it here.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can sell off some of this stuff we've been hauling around.
Might
We
be
have
worth
some
doing.
gems. I don't know if the gems actually need to be liquidated. The biggest ones were 50 gold, so they're not like ridiculous gems.
Right.
But there's a silk robe worth 80 gold, a lyre worth 250, a tapestry worth maybe 400.
Wow, you guys are rich. Yeah.
And healers kits, I can buy lots here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good plan.
If you guys,
Excuse me, I'm going shopping.
yeah, if you want, you could divvy up, you know, different materials for yourself and sell separately. You can sell it all together and then divvy up the money. You can have one main person do the selling. It may take a lot longer, mind you. If you have one person just selling off the stuff, it's going to take you well into the next day. But if you guys split it up and do it yourselves, then, you know, there's going to be variance to the amounts of money that you can acquire, because based on charisma, or basically we're going to be rolling for it. So,
Well, I have advantage on persuasion checks when I'm running my Mantle of Joy.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
You know, if I use my Jedi mind powers, we might be able to get a better deal.
this is the carpet that you're looking for. It totally brings the room together.
Well, I literally do have a
is-
carpet to sell.
Eric is technically a merchant and does have some charisma, but he can't compete with Matt. So
Yeah.
you'll definitely get better prices.
Okay. All right. So you guys going to give the most expensive stuff probably to Tao would be the greatest.
Well, the three things I see on the list that we might sell here is we have got a rolled up tapestry. It's elvish with a white flying dragon on it. You said it was worth 400 gold. We've got a carved lyre or lyre. How do you say it? The musical instrument.
Like, I think you just call
say
it a lyre, but I'm not
Lyre?
sure.
I say fire. Yeah.
Okay, worth 250 gold. An embroidered silk robe, worth 80. So we could sell those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that would be 730 gold if we get the price as is.
Yep.
The
To get the
estimated
price. Yeah, the estimated price being that. So yeah, roll for it. If you get a 20, you'll get exactly that plus more. If you get a 15, you're going to get 25% of that, or less than that. Then we'll figure it out from there. But usually it's going to be, you know, then 50%, then 25%, which is going to really suck. So don't screw it up.
So persuasion with advantage.
Yep.
How's a 24?
Oh Jesus! All right. Well then, so you get. Well, I need a calculator. Jesus. Or you have a calculator there? Anybody got a calculator open?
Yeah, I've got Google open.
Just give it 25. Whatever. Okay. So the maximum price, you get that plus 25%. You're a smooth talker.
So 912 gold and 5 silvers.
That is
so
ridiculous.
if we divide that in 3, we get 304 gold, 1 silver, 6 copper each.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Well, the thing
That's
is,
some big money.
You guys almost died for a lot of that, so it's kind of worth it. And there's going to be places here that you can purchase more things. You can better yourself. You can better your lives in this area. You know, you can get the most enjoyable meal here as well.
Yes, nice rooms. We could be comfortable tonight, or for a couple of days, for a few days, whatever.
Yeah, these merchants probably. I think they got took to the cleaners on that one because I don't think they're going to be able to resell this stuff for a profit as high as they would like.
So what did we get?
Now you just ruined the lives of several merchants now. What's that? Sorry.
What did we get for these things?
You got 304 gold, 1 silver, 6 coppers.
304 gold. Oh my god! So it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we've got some other things we could theoretically sell.
May as well. I mean, if it's just junk, technically just junk, weighing you down, might be a better idea. Convert it.
It's not literally junk, but like, I've got the circuit of blasting that I don't really need.
That's magical. That's worth like.
Yeah, that's the problem. And in 5th Ed, magic items aren't really priced. I think they might have tiers to give you a bit of an idea. But
yeah, they have just like a rarity level. They're like uncommon, rare, very rare.
What was it called, sir?
The circlet of blasting.
Circlet of blasting. Okay, yeah. I can take a look at that in a moment.
Like I was using it, but that was actually mostly before the last level up and change to my character. At this point, I'm better off using my cantrips. I do, as far as I know, about the same amount of damage now as the circle of blasting. So, I mean, Eric could sell his flying broom and probably buy the entire barge right in, but I think we should probably keep that one.
Yeah, then where do you get flying broom? It's also good for cleaning.
The healing kits are 50.
50
gold for 10 uses. The flying broom might be just for like sweeping up. If it can convert that thrust into just like one stroke sweeps the entire room. All the furniture is like up against the wall.
Okay, so apparently the where is it?
Circlet of blasting is uncommon.
Yeah.
Uncommon, which is the magic item version. Common.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's up there with potions. I don't think it's like Starbucks. I don't think they have a small.
They do have a common rarity, but it's probably for crap. So uncommon items are apparently worth somewhere between 100 and 500 gold. Okay. That's as precise as they get. They don't have individual prices because they don't want characters to go shopping for magic items.
Yeah. I was just noticing that too. I was reading up on it. So what I would do is the range will be inside of there. So 100 to 500. So it'll be if you roll less than 5, you'll basically just get 100 gold for it. If you roll 10, you'll get like 250 maybe. And then I'll just say 15, and at 20 and above, you'll get the full price.
23.
Well, there you go. So you get the full 500 for that.
Sweetness and light. Oh my goodness.
These guys are gonna be rolling in bank, man, because they have smooth talker Brainiac over here.
Yeah. But there's less to do with the money in here.
Yeah, there is that. There are certain things that you can buy, but there's not a lot of specific special stuff you can buy.
I'm gonna get a new oven for my pie shop. One that's Gira sized.
A Gira-sized pie oven. Something you can put his big fat fingers in. You imagine Gira making like towel pies?
I think so. We could put him to work.
I don't know if there's that much market for Gira pie.
I don't know. It might work out. Who knows? He has a signature thumbprint like on the top of every pie.
Yeah, the pie's just completely concave.
Just like putting it in the bloop. That's just how he puts it in the oven there. All right.
Oh my god.
Right. Okay. So anything else you guys want to get rid
of? I technically owe 500 gold, even though there was a guy in the other town who was making me full plate, which I finished like ages ago.
Right.
Technically, I have that orc full plate now, but that's gonna be like properly sized for me and not like from an orc. And also, like I gave him a small he did offer to do it for free, which I thought was ridiculous. I gave him like a down payment, but I still owe him the rest of what I was going to pay him, which is still way below market cost.
Okay.
So I don't have as much money after the 500 gold to go spending on stuff.
Okay. Still, though, I mean, in terms of other shops and such that you can get in here, see, these are just the merchants outside. The more established venues inside, there's going to be the blacksmith. You can find wares there if anybody wants to go and pick up stuff. Obviously, it's not going to be specifically magical stuff, but you can definitely get upgrades and types of armor. That sort of thing will be available here.
What I was going to say is there any chance like that one of these merchants, one or two of these merchants might have a magical trinket of some kind?
Well, you can roll an investigation check, and if you roll good enough,
do that.
I will.
As I say, you could just roll on the magic item table to see what someone might randomly have for sale.
Well, we'll roll
investigation,
then
we'll see if we want
we'll see what we roll, and I'll roll. You roll, I roll.
Okay.
25.
Ooh.
Than me.
Oh my God!
Hell, people.
We're crushing this.
Wow.
My 15 was solid.
Yeah, it was actually.
It was.
15
You're like,
was solid.
I found a guy who's selling a potion, and we're finding a guy selling Vorpal swords.
Yeah.
Like, I found some nails.
All right. Those are really good rolls, though. 25. That's over the 20. I'll tell you what. I'll roll twice.
You find magical blacksmith tools. They have like Vorpal nails.
Because you're going to be buying these, they will be like they will have a price tag. So
I was just say, and this should be like at the top.
We can't necessarily afford them.
You need a necklace
of orc bow taming.
A necklace of orc bow taming. Yeah.
Storm bow taming. Is there one in that list somewhere?
I'm trying to figure out the actual table I should be rolling on.
So we got the money that I already added, and then you sold something for 500 gold. Is that a split too, or is that just something that you were doing off on the side?
When I say 500 gold, that's like what I got from the split. I'm saying I can't use that because I owe it to a guy in that town we were passing through.
Are you asking about when I sold my circlet of blasting?
Yeah, there was something. I was I was looking up prices for the healing kit and stuff like that, so I missed some things. But yeah,
was
that something you sold on your own quietly somewhere?
Well, I'm not hiding it or anything like that.
Okay, no.
We could split it, I suppose. It's
okay,
fine.
no, I just had missed. That's all. I add it or not add it? That was the only part. That's
I just wrote it on my sheet just because it was an item I was using, but whatever.
All right. So
when we were dividing up treasure, you got it, so I don't know.
No, that's all right.
I don't think 500 gold is like a big enough deal for us to really be concerned about, even though
I wasn't concerned. I was wondering if I should put it in the inventory or not. That's all.
I'm just furthering the point that he doesn't have to split it to be a civil human being.
Yeah, this was the this is part of the same thing. We got the filter of love, the flying broom. Oh, was this? This was the Christmas encounter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can keep that money. Whatever.
And you got a +1 boost to your weapon. What did you boost? One of your hand axes?
Yes.
Yeah, it had to be something it didn't have a magical bonus yet.
Right.
See, there's okay. These loot tables for random rolling and everything, they go quite crazy, don't they?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we can afford it. It doesn't mean we have to have the thing.
Yeah, I know. It's just crazy. Like I rolled for the first one I rolled for. Well, the only one I've rolled for so far, I should say, was going to be where is it? There, find it again.
Potion of Detect Potion.
No, it's a staff of the Adder, and
snake stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we could probably look it up. Staff of the Adder, but anyway, that's what that is. The second one is going to be. Oh wow. Okay, well, that's weird. See what that gets you.
Staff of the Adder is uncommon. It requires attunement by a cleric, druid, or warlock. Oh, well, we do have a warlock. And say none of us are going to be able to use this.
All right. The second one was a tome of leadership and influence.
That has to be more expensive than anything we could afford in the next 5 levels.
Yeah, no, that's a guy that we're gonna kill him at night and steal. steal the shit. Yeah, this is a tome. You read it, and it gives you +2 to your charisma score permanently.
It's a 99 on the loot table, and I rolled a 99. Yeah. I rolled a 9. And I rolled a 9.
Oh my goodness!
So it's Tome of Leadership and Influence. Yeah.
It's still like those things should be 10 times as rare as even it says, because like how many of them are made and not used?
Right.
Well, apparently they've regained their ability in a century. This is a new version.
Okay. All right. I like that they added some kind of logic for why these things exist.
Yeah.
So this thing is worth 5,000 to 50,000 gold pieces, and there's no way this one's not worth the full 50,000.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You could try to talk him down, but you know.
+2 charisma.
No, I'm
sure
if this guy actually says he's got this book.
I'm sure if you're dealing in cash, you'd easily go down to 47.
You guys would have to pool all of your money together to get this at the moment.
And still not have enough. So
Yeah, we'd have to pull all the town's money together.
Yeah. You never know. Maybe.
Probably not consensually.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Probably
Start robbing.
a scammer, because there's no way. Unless he doesn't know what he's got.
Ooh.
I'm going to make a note of this guy's face and name.
And name and
address.
thing. Yeah.
All
right.
Number.
Okay.
I'm
So
going to look him up again in the future.
let me write
And
down.
possibly make a book.
All right. This guy. I want to make a note here. Possible huge success. So Tome of Understanding is what I'm going to call it. Just shorter. All right.
Tome of Understanding is a different item.
Tome of it's called Tome of Leadership and Influence. The Tome of Understanding is what you would have got if I'd have rolled a 100. So Tome of Leadership.
That would have been the Wisdom one instead of the Charisma one.
Yeah. Let's just call it Tome of Leadership. All right. So this is who's this? Let me get this guy a name. Dalamur. Dalamur. Gregor. He's a half dwarf, half elf.
Wow.
You don't see that very often, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to picture.
Right. So Dalamur
Like
Gregor.
breeding any dog to a corgi. You know, everything looks like an elf, but his legs are short. I don't know.
Look. You think maybe the Tome of Leadership and Influence was probably used for getting the relationship, maybe.
Well,
For the dwarf and the elf to actually
This is what my dad
happen.
used to
Yeah. This is an heirloom from my dad. He passed it on down to me. Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
All right.
now I totally believe that this is a real thing.
He's a 12.
All right.
Demon Act, just on the off chance that you want the Staff of the Adder, you can whack someone with the stick. So it's bonus action, activates the sticks to be like have a snake head. If you whack someone with it, they take a d6 damage and have to make a poison saving throw.
Ooh.
That's it.
Or poison saving throw.
DC 15 or take 3d6.
Okay. I don't think we're spending a whole bunch of money on that.
You know what?
No. I mean, it wouldn't be the most expensive thing. It'd be in that 1 to 500 gold piece range, but meh.
And if it's a bonus action, I guess it's not bad, but like, eh.
I mean, you still have to use an attack, but it's a bonus action to activate.
Oh, okay. I see. That's really weird.
You know what's interesting about this? Other than the fact he's this dwarf, because I'm just curious. I just made I piqued my own curiosity. This dwarf. He is of human height, right? So he's not as tall as some elves, and he's not as short as some dwarves, but he is of normal human height. He's very broad, right, around the chest and everything. He's got that whole dwarf thing going for him. He has no beard, and he has pointy ears.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
So he's very interesting looking. To which I'm going to say he has down one row of his pointy ears. He has really adorned himself with many earrings.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he has a cadre of elite bodyguards so that people don't just like beat him up and take his ridiculous item.
Yeah, you know, it looks like he's probably one. I'm gonna make him one of the richer people here. He's certainly he's rich.
It makes sense.
He's a rich guy. Human height.
So yeah, he must have bodyguards.
Yeah. No beard.
Broad shoulders and a narrow waist. That kind of describes the elves in World of Warcraft, except shorter.
I did misinterpret the staff a little bit. The bonus action to activate it, it's active for a minute, and you can just keep whacking people. As it doesn't stop after one hit.
Okay.
The full minute, you're doing like potentially up to 4d6 per hit.
What is this thing? A staff of Moses?
1d6 and then save for another 3d6.
Yeah, and no daily limit or anything either.
All right.
No daily limit at all is interesting. I don't think it's really going to work out, but
yeah, and it's not really Eric's style, but I have to admit that's actually like a cool magic item.
That is a kind of interesting item. If you were a non-melee warlock, that would actually probably be cool.
Right.
Oh yeah, Kyoko makes a good point. If he doesn't have bodyguards, run.
You're right. He's like a level 15. Yeah.
He's a legendary level. You know, he has a dragon escort.
As I said, we just look at him and like it just got skull for his level.
Yes, yeah, right next to his name. Yes, just hovering above his head for inexplicable reasons. All right. Oh, something else I should be mentioning too, because you guys do have a bit of gold. Is that the paddocks? If you'll notice up where you see twos written around the outside there, in and around these twos, there's obviously some of these areas have owned horses and such. But in and around where the 6 and in and around the back of the 6, you can probably purchase new horses and such creatures.
That would be good.
Beasts of burden, anyway. Or friends, if you want to call them friends. But yeah, you can get some there. So.
Yeah, we'll be buying horses.
I have a perfectly nice horse at home.
Yep.
But
yeah, but more horses is always more better,
more
right?
horses are more better.
Here's something you might not have considered. And maybe you'll want to consider it in the future. It was mentioned earlier before you guys actually got into the Stone Monastery when you first met Gira and his little goblin friend who is sadly no more. May he rest in peace. He was mentioning, or you saw in fact, I think, saddles. Did you guys notice those saddles? The saddles.
We don't
the griffin saddles
or
whatever.
So you know somewhere where they had been, there's griffin saddles, and where there's griffin saddles, maybe there's griffins that you can buy as well if you go in them. But, yeah.
And we know where that is. We got described. It's like some sort of tower of these knights or something.
Exactly.
I'm so excited.
There's certainly
Let's go get one of those. Could that be our next adventure?
I don't know. Could be a thing. All right.
Oh my goodness.
So, any more shopping you guys want to do, or do we get to the main meat and potatoes? Oh, we can do it both ways. We can do some of the meat and potatoes of why you're here. Tal has a reason that she's here specifically.
Yes, yeah.
Whether or not she's disclosed all that to the group, I don't know.
Yeah, I've disclosed as much as I know, which is that there's
not a lot. Yeah.
Some sort of like inconsistencies. Like, do I think someone's like embezzling money or something like that?
Yes.
It's been a while, but it felt like very like accounting white collar crime kind of stuff.
Yeah, like somewhere there's something going wrong, and they feel that in terms of money, it's economically something's going wrong, and they feel that they need possibly the aid of someone as skilled such as yourself to
the widow.
Yeah, to you are best known for problem solving. Yes, you're pretty good for problem solving, but you're best known for your ability to get rid of certain, problems.
Yeah.
Got it. So find guy with one collar, whack him. Okay.
Could be a thing. Could be a thing. And maybe not. They don't know what's wrong. They just know that something is wrong. So they're kind of just they've enlisted your help there to hopefully get it done quickly.
Yeah, so I would definitely communicate all that. I would include in the communication the knowledge that there are Zentrum involved in this area. I would neglect to mention that was recruited by a Zentrum agent to investigate this.
Right.
Now the other question is how are we coming in here? Again, we're a big crowd. We're not gonna not be noticed. do I literally come alongside with you guys at the same time? Do I show up separately? Do I show up? I don't think showing up in my Tau guys works. I think I just show up as the Widow.
That sounds very helpful.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, unless I just want to be low key and like.
I mean, if you came in your Tau guys, and then because the first thing we do is distribute these like people we rescued. Most of the crowd is people that we rescued who were just like, okay, we got you safely to town. Here's your like voucher for like 2 gold, and like you're free, sort of thing. You could just wander off with like the rest of the garbage. Sorry, I just veered into Star Wars out there. Just drift away with the rest of the trash, right?
Yeah, I think there's many ways you guys can go about it. Whatever's more comfortable. I don't feel like there's going to be a wrong answer in this regard.
I think I'll be in just the full Widow like guys to be
okay,
sort of.
You have to make that transition. Do one of us go to the inn and rent us rooms? And then I can meet you out somewhere, hand you a key quietly. You wander in and out. You're going to go stand in an alley and change over and hope you don't get caught.
Find a phone booth.
So if you're staying the Widow, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the question is, like, are we going to be doing this investigation by talking to people? In which case, I should, be invisible more, contact me mode. Or is it going to all be just like, breaking into rooms and checking things out, in which case we don't want people to know that the Widow's here and things might be going on.
Well, I mean, as per usual when it comes to these sorts of like contracts and everything, these arrangements, you would have been contacted by this Zentrum agent via somebody else. So I don't know if I mentioned it at the time, and that would be an error on my part, but the name of the person who sent that Zentrum agent was Nalasker. Nalasker is the name of the actual person that you're here to meet with, at least to figure out what your actual...
that helps. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just show up as the Widow then, and then I will arrange to meet Nalasker in the inn.
Okay. Yeah.
If they don't approach me within... I assume we'll settle in for the evening, we'll have a nice big dinner, we'll do that. If they don't approach me that night, then the next morning when we get up, I'll specifically ask for Nalasker.
Sure.
Yeah.
My contact.
So again, we've released the former prisoners now.
Yeah.
Okay, so they can go about their separate ways. I'm sure we'll still see a bunch of them around town and stuff like that. But we're no longer traveling as this gigantic group. I'm assuming that whatever her name was, that Woolgrada is. I don't know if she's sticking with it. I'm assuming she's got stuff she'd want to do. She's got to go look for a scroll of Stone to Flesh somewhere. Orna's leaving. I don't know what we're doing, but can we just leave that zoned out human with Woolgrada, the dwarf? She like just dealing with him afterwards, or
what was it? Sorry.
That's right. We've got that person who's like comatose.
Oh yeah.
We can't just give him gold and say there.
Yeah.
Like that's a problem.
You give him gold and he's just like looking straight on through you, through the horizon.
Okay, so is there any sort of official structure here? Is there police? Is there a doctor? Is there a town council? Or is it just basically the barge right in, and it's been so busy there that these are homes and stuff that have built up around it?
Yeah, no, the barge right in is pretty much the location where a lot of business, like the higher end business dealings happen. Like if this was sort of an imperial type of settlement where there was councils and such, it would be in the barge right in proper. It's a huge place. They have the bottom floor and they have the rooms and all this sorts of thing, but it's large. I mean, you've got basements, you've got attics, you've got rooms and rooms and rooms and rooms upon rooms that people don't ever see, right? Because they're like, I should say the laymen never see.
That's the administrative center. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm getting at.
So we haul him up to the inn and find out if there's.
Yeah. What's the loud idiot up to? Oh, loud idiot wanted to get here.
Yeah, the loud idiot. As soon as you guys got there, unless you stop him from moving, he just marches right on straight through. He just doesn't even say anything to you guys. He just like boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Well,
I'd like to keep an eye on him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because what if he's faking it? What if there's something else going on? Like. He's got my spidey sense tingling.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
How do you plan on watching him? Are you just gonna like look him up later? Or are you gonna follow him now?
Well, we were gonna do some merchandising when we came in, so
yeah, if he took off.
I guess he walks away, but I'm gonna definitely like want to look in on him.
Okay, just give me one investigation check, and that'll be like the only investigation check you'll have to roll, and we'll see what we do with it. Okay.
Good.
Easy enough. Okay, so yeah, he can't run or hide from the widow. Like that's just the way it is. All right, so yeah, you'll be anything you want to know about him, you'll be able to find out. So at any one point during day, night, whatever. Okay. So yeah, you guys do the selling of the stuff. If you want to purchase horses, you can do that later. You can do it now. You can do it on your way out. When you're done with this place, if you want. But yeah, if you want to meet with Nalasker, yeah, you would have to go to the barge right in, specific. You'd have to pass through the gate and continue on that way.
Okay. Well, I mean, after we do our selling, we do go to the barge right in.
Okay.
We will be arranging for rooms. And again, yeah, I'm thinking dinner and everything tonight, not do anything. We'll get a good night's sleep next morning. If we haven't been contacted, either at dinner, note under the door, something like that, then yeah. Are we getting, we've got enough money. Are we getting individual swanky room? We should get a suite. I'm sure this place is a suite. Probably,
something.
That's got, 2 or 3 bedrooms and, a shared little living room type thing. That's what we should get.
Yes. Sounds safer.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Yeah, no, there is what they call the king suite. The king suite is like that. The king suite has enough space for an actual king to come in with an entourage. So sure.
I like it.
Okay.
How much is that going to cost?
It'll cost 10 gold.
10 gold a night?
Yeah.
Yeah, acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Just for this.
Now the thing is that the 10 gold a night does also include your dinners, your beverages, your everything.
I was gonna say complimentary bottles of wine. It's like when you go on a cruise or something.
Yeah.
You go to a
Stationary
resort.
cruise.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's absolutely nice inside of there too. Like you were looking at well-maintained interior, carpets, like throw rugs and stuff like that. Actual tapestries along the wall. It looks really nice. Even the candle holders have been holding candles for a very long time. You can tell that, but they're cleaned meticulously. It's just wonderful.
It's
great.
Wonderful.
So the first thing I'd like to do when we get into the room is I would like to activate my piercing sight ability.
Ooh.
Which gives me the ability to see through objects that are up to 1 foot thick.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to find out, because there's no way a room like this doesn't have a whole bunch of hidey holes where people can spy from outside, secret passages, because they are...
We did this with the Russian embassy.
Yeah, this is a Russian embassy, exactly. The Zents are going to want to monitor everything that goes on in here.
Yep.
They want to be in a position where they can easily assassinate important people, etc., etc.
Yep. Okay. Right. So there is there's a couple things to keep note. I need to write them down myself, just in case it actually comes up later. So when you do your site there, you do notice that one of the candle holders, it's one that is not as clean as some of the other ones. That one seems to be connected to a mechanism that does indeed open up one of the picture frames. Or there's a picture on the wall, but that sort of like pushes in, it leans in, it actually opens up and leads into the other room. So, and this
the room of our suite, or like a hidden room?
it's a room, it's an actual room, straight up room, on the other side.
Oh, just a regular room.
A regular room. It's a larger than normal room, but it's still a regular room. Like
and there's no one staying in there right now?
There's nobody in there, no.
Okay.
Yeah, can you see life forms on the other side, or you can just see like
I can just see through it.
You can just see through it like as if it's not even there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You don't see anybody on the other side.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this stuff completely transparent to you, or do you only see for like a foot?
You gain the ability to see through objects that are up to a foot thick within 30 feet of you. Sight lasts until your concentration ends.
Wow,
that is really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it seemed like a really good power for an assassin type person to have.
Yes.
Just maybe.
Yeah. Really good. Okay.
It's that alternate vision mode in like all those games.
Yeah.
Like Batman vision mode.
Yeah. Okay. So you see that, and that's the only thing that you have that's extra in here. It is interesting to note two things. If you go and press, I don't know if you're going to do this at all. You can go and feel the actual picture, the canvas that is there that makes up that whole wall. That canvas has a bit of an enchantment on it.
Enchantment?
Yeah, like you feel some sort of power in it. You don't know what it is specifically, but it does have something on it.
I see.
I wonder if it's like one-way type situation, like they can see through from the other side, maybe with like a keyword.
Enchantment.
You can just open the thing and go into the other room and check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric, go on the other side, and then I'll close it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is a king's suite, it might just be something like a priest hole that's a service to visiting royalty or something.
It's weird that yeah, maybe it's true. It's weird that it's a whole room. Like it's not just the staircase down to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a spy hole. They just rent out that room to the person who's supposed to be observing. Yeah. Okay, so when I close the thing, when I look from the other side, is there anything interesting in this room?
Yeah, no. In the room that you're in is a lot. It's still a nice room, mind you, but it's a lot less remarkable. It does have a few of the extra niceties, more than you would find in a normal room. The bed is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it's just it's just less in terms of its extra stuff. There's not as much awesome, if you will.
And can you see through the painting out?
You cannot see through the painting now. No.
Is there a matching is there a tapestry in the same location on this side?
Like an opposite on the opposite side, you mean? Or you mean or with it? Oh, yes, exactly. There's a matching tapestry. Yeah. Well, it's a different picture, mind you. But yeah, there's a matching sort of frame, and
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll come back through anyway.
Okay. It is
actually. Can it be opened from the other side? Is there like another candlestick or something?
No, actually, the other side is not allowed to. Does not open both ways.
Okay, so people aren't going to be going through here careless, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, Beowulfus, that's what I was thinking too. It's just if this is like the king's suite, it's just a safety. It's a safety feature or something.
It might be, or maybe that's where he keeps his mistress.
I was gonna say, roll an investigation check.
Yahoo! Let's investigate all the things.
Oh,
25.
Investigate to see if the DM gives us a hint.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically,
Man,
it's just
I'm rolling really well, so as soon as we get into a fight, expect only ones.
Yes.
It might happen. That would be sad. So right. Interestingly enough, this is actually quite good anyway because Eric is not the best at stealth anyway. So Eric kind of clambers through the other side. He's on the other side, and as soon as he sort of like shuffles the canvas shut, it does get remarkably quiet to you, Tao. That's really quiet on the other side of that wall.
Oh, it's a silenced sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Wait, can Eric hear us when we're talking on the other side? Like, does it work both ways?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Eric.
Eric can't hear us, and we can't hear him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's really not a spying thing.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess I'll come around if there's no way through.
Yep. Yeah, you have to come out the other way, which is gonna be kind of funny. All right.
Well, no, we've got mind meld.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Then you can get you to let me back through then.
Because I can still see him. Right. That's the other thing too. He can be like talking like, oh, I can't hear you, but I can see you, so I can initiate a mind meld.
Mm-hmm. All right. Very
cool.
good.
Okay, we'll come back through. All right, I was thinking we should roll up the tapestry on our side, but I guess not if it's silenced.
Yeah, we might have to steal this on our way out.
Well, you
We
can
shouldn't have
try
sold
to
our
you can steal from the
We could have just
Zentarum.
swapped it out and see how long it takes them to notice.
It's one of those situations like you're here to maybe investigate some sort of stealing from the Zentarum, and you're thinking about stealing from the Zentarum. This is actually kind of nice. Anyway, very good. So you can have many theories as to what the other room is actually used for, or why it's only a one way to go in. You can sort of shuffle that through your minds and discuss it if you want. But that is all there is to notice in terms of your actual sight ability. Now, it is also interesting to notice that as you kind of, because you scan the whole room, right? You're not just looking at one single wall, and you can see all around 30 feet. Is that there on the other side of the wall? That wall, before you get, and you said it's a foot thick, right? You can only see through a foot thick.
Yeah.
Okay. That you can't see through. Like it goes and then gets really thick, and it's just a thick wall.
On the other side of which wall?
So you have I want to say the north side is going to have the tapestry or the actual picture frame, and where you can go back and forth.
Okay.
The south wall is thicker than you can see through.
Sorry, are you?
Is that
the south wall of our room or the other room?
The south wall of the room that you're staying in now. The king.
Okay,
room,
the king
suite. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a really
Is that
thick
just
wall.
an outer wall, though?
No, it's not. Well, they didn't look like it. Not as you were approaching.
Yeah, I mean, we can figure out where we are in the building, especially if there are windows.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So just so you got that figured out. Also, and the actual wall that you guys come through, the door, and that whole wall it looks quite normal. Just a normal. You can see through it obviously at this point, but it looks like a normal wall.
Is it actually more than a foot thick, though, or is it just like lined with lead or something? Does lead stop your X-ray vision too?
No.
No,
He's
you
not
don't
Superman.
you don't know, but you can't see through that wall.
In older versions of D&D, the X-ray vision stuff always had the lead qualification.
It did.
Oh, okay.
But here it doesn't say. You can just see through stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So, interesting. Like, as you guys are just kind of hanging out and making comforts in your new digs and everything, it doesn't take long before there's a rapping at your door.
I should note that Alexa is going to be staying with me too. Obviously.
Okay, you're all staying together. Like the whole entourage is basically in the king suite, right?
Well,
the
by
whole
entourage
is
basically
four
four
of
of
us.
us.
Yeah.
That's what I
mean.
Here is not here.
Yeah, okay.
By entourage, I mean basically.
Just make that clear because other people probably forget my brother.
Yeah,
I had.
And I had. There
Well, the King Suite has like 2 bedrooms or something like that. Then the 2 of you guys can share one, and the 2 girls can share the other.
I think it had 3 bedrooms. Didn't you say?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't say how many bedrooms, but there are there is like the actual king's bed. There is probably what you would maybe suspect to be a queen's bed, and there are barracks, like barrack beds.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Charge a room. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And somebody's knocking at the door.
Yeah, there's a rapping, a tapping at your door.
Is my X-ray vision still going? It only lasts for a minute.
At this point, I'm going to say, nah, it's still going. You can see who. On the other side of the door is an elf. Right? Make sure it's an elf. It doesn't actually give me his. Really? All right, I'm gonna say it's an elf. That's an elf. Whatever. On the other side.
Okay.
Let me put elf by this guy.
What's he dressed like?
He's got sort of the Zentarum actual colors, specifically, but he is dressed sort of more standout. He has like higher contrast in between his 2 tones and everything. He's really clean fabrics and such.
He's like more of a representative.
Yeah.
It's the face.
Yeah.
He's probably a goddamn bard. No! Let's shoot him through the door. Okay, I guess I'll open the door? I don't know if it matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you open the door.
Unless this is like a room service or something, you're likely to be the one that people would be looking for. So,
yeah. And it doesn't look like this is the start of an attack or anything because there's not extra people out there, so we don't have to like cover specifically. No. All right, I'll open the door.
Oh, you open the door, and he stabs you in your other eye. No, it's me. No, no.
Just plucks it out.
You are in your very recognizable. Just to make clear, before I go any further, you're in your recognizable widow gear.
Yeah. Okay. I got the veil on.
Yeah. Okay. So, you open the door, and the elf on the other side says, I didn't mark him down. Let me underline that twice so I don't like screw it up. He says to you, he says, "Welcome, widow. I sent for you a long time ago. Well, it feels like a long time. Listen, things are just out of hand. I have to leave on this evening, and I trust that you can look after things while I'm gone."
Well,
who is this?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, if you say that in character, he says, "Oh, sorry." He looks past the window and he sees the sign. He's like, "I am Nalasker. I am the proprietor of this inn."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tao would have known him. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't know who he was. I was about to ask, like, if he was Nalasker, but yeah, okay.
So
wasn't that your contact in Red Larch? The name of your contact in Red Larch?
No, this is who I was supposed to contact here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, okay.
In Red Larch, they told me, I think, to
ask for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only name I had, so, all right.
Yep.
Sponsored choice.
I think I'm going to need a few more specific details other than what I've been told, which is very, very light.
Well, you know, that's a fault of my own. I unfortunately don't have time to go into all the specifics, but specifically, this is the problem. We are losing profits, and profits obviously need to be regained. Don't know.
Come in, have a drink. How are profits being lost exactly?
Sorry,
well,
I cannot
keeping,
go for a drink.
Theft.
But we don't really know. I have many people that typically watch over this sort of thing. They watch the books and they watch the people who watch the books, but still nothing. And I'm starting to worry. One particular fact may be in the working, and that is I can't trust anybody here, and maybe the entire establishment needs to be wiped.
Nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Sorry. So anyone and everyone is suspect, and all you know is that the inn's not turning as much of a profit as it should be. Is that the gist of it?
Far less than the profit it should be.
All right. Well, that leaves things quite wide open. I assume that this room is going to be comped during our stay then, which may require a few days to fully investigate.
If everything goes as I had hoped and everything is resolved, I will compensate you plus more.
Yes, well, obviously. Are there any people in particular I should ask for or talk to, and or any places that you suspect might be one of the easiest ways for someone to siphon off goods? Warehouses, treasuries, that sort of thing.
All the profits are shuttled in through the gates at night, even from the vendors outside. They bring all that inside here to the inn proper. We have a treasury, and that is where everything is deposited every single day. I will show that to you. I'm glad you actually mentioned that, though, because I do have some people to introduce you to before I leave. I have very pressing business outside.
Okay, so it's possible that this gold is being removed as it's making its way in. It might not just be a bookkeeping thing. Things might be stolen before it even gets to the inn.
It gets kind of hard to do that. We have considered that, but it gets very hard because, well, I don't know if you know exactly where you are, Lisan. Yes, I know your name. Sorry. I know that probably seems weird. But forgive that. The people that you will be dealing with here, it's hard to get things by them.
The treasury, is it magically warded in any way? Can it spot teleportation, invisibility?
Gringotts. Sorry.
No, there's no magical. You can't get in by any magic. It is shielded by that,
Including invisibility?
including invisibility. In fact, there's an actual alarm trap set out front that if anybody uses any type of that sort of magic, not only will you be showered and exposed by way of glowing lights, but there will also be sounds following you for wherever you happen to try to run.
I have a question.
What about ghosts? You like ghosts and bullshit like that pass through walls?
I would like to see a ghost pass through these walls.
Me too. It'd be very interesting.
I have a question. In like you've got Tao here to investigate this. Are you giving her any sort of authority? Is this a complete undercover operation where she's going to have to sneak into places, check books with no one finding out? Or have you hired her? Does she walk in a room and say, I've got the authority, pull this stuff out, I get to question you, you go sit over there? Like, what kind of investigation is this exactly? Does she have any kind of authority? You said you're leaving tonight.
The authority is going to be handed into the, of my leaving, the second in command that will be left with the authority here is going to be by the name of Chalaska. I will be introducing you to her before I exit, and I will also be showing you where the keys are. So that you can do personally the lockup job. I don't want anybody else to do the locking up of this area of anything.
Okay, but, all right. So I'm clearly then going to be a person with some amount of visible authority on site.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be with keys and locking doors and things like that.
But listen, I know your history. And I know you're capable of keeping things super quiet. So if it does come to certain altercations, make it as if it never happened.
Yeah, okay. So the license to kill is be secret that way.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, because I didn't know if, exactly, it was going to be a thing of like, no, you can't let anyone know you're investigating this at all. Everyone is suspect. This has got to be totally low-key. So it's not literally like that, but certain elements have to be done a little bit more cautiously.
You know, just out of curiosity, because Eric, you're watching. You can see him quite clearly from where you're standing. You can see now, Alaska, where you're standing. Okay. Here's the interesting thing. Roll a what would it be? I actually should have looked it up. What makes more sense? Roll an intelligence check. No, a wisdom check. A wisdom check. Just straight wisdom.
Wisdom check. Okay.
It actually works better for you too, because I think wisdom is a strong suit of yours.
I don't know about that. Where am I stupid? No. Wisdom is a 5/10.
Okay.
Woo!
All right. So okay,
anyway.
So you don't fully understand what's going on, but you do notice specifically there's one thing that's interesting. You are just beyond where you see Lasan and Tao are talking to this gentleman. It almost seems like he's saying words and everything, but it seems that what he's actually saying is out of sync with his lips.
Oh, is he an illusion or something?
That's very weird.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm giving you this ability is specifically because you have a patron. You know, you have somebody who is looking outside of you, and he's not saying anything to you, but you kind of you're getting this feeling because he's connected with you that this is an interesting thing. Something's a little bit off. Don't know exactly why. Maybe you would have known why, but something's a little off.
Okay.
Okay.
File that one.
Darkstalker's got a half-decent idea here.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I mean, especially if we had come in separately, if people didn't know the widow was here or whatever, but that's not the way we did it. Especially, I mean, I had to be contacted by this guy, so I had to make my presence evidence. But yeah, have Lasan / Eric be the public investigators.
Mm-hmm.
And then the widow is just doing sneaky other things.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so you guys get the keys, you guys are like guarding the gate, you guys are like keeping an eye on the shipment, like actually escorting the shipment from the gate into the treasury, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, no, that could totally work. Okay. Not too long after, specifically immediately after this feeling that Eric sees, he gets that. Anyway, that's when Alaska, the guy you're talking to, says, "Come with me if you can. I have some introductions to make."
One question: you said you don't trust anybody, but you have a second in command. Is that person? Should that person be suspect as well? Well, everybody should be. I get this, but is there any degree of trust here, or is this just another person we're watching really closely?
This is order of command.
Just order of command. Okay. Okay.
So,
don't trust them either.
Well.
Okay.
When you live here long enough, you'll know that the Zenturum watch other people, but the Zenturum watch the Zenturum the most.
Okay.
So, there's that. Anyway, so if you guys are going to follow, or do you want to follow him, or is he going to let just Tal follow? Tal can make meet the introductions, and
I think we should all go.
We should go. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to move as a group. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I think we'll leave Alexei here.
Leave Alexei there? Okay, sure.
You okay? Yeah.
Okay, and Alexei is, I'm weary from travel, and I wouldn't mind.
All the things.
He's like sitting on the bed already. He's just like rubbing his eyes, like,
Yeah, you get some rest. Don't worry about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll handle it.
Yeah, it's the most comfortable bed he's ever been in, as far as he knows, for the longest time, because, well, he was turned to stone. That can't be comfortable.
He's been standing for a long time.
Yeah, his legs hurt. Oh, they feel so stiff.
Well, I assumed like part of the service in the king's room is probably like the
Food.
baths and things like that,
Yeah.
right? Servants will come in with like the hot kettles, fill a big bath, put in
There's
all sorts of
multiple
perfumes
baths.
and soaps and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get himself a nice soak while we're going out.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of the things you can do too. They have the room service bell. You can just hit that guy, which will ring a bell somewhere else, in the estate, and just bring someone else to come watch on him.
Just got like a pull cord and things.
Yeah, exactly. You just hit that, and you know if somebody's going to be coming. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys can do that. All right. So you're leaving out, and right, you're following this gentleman, Alaska, who was walking incredibly, almost scarily capable of the walk that he's doing. It seems like he's in the most control of his body. It doesn't look like there's much in terms of physics that's messing with this guy. He's just like gliding almost.
See, the thing is, I really, really want to use my true sight power to figure out what the hell's going on with this guy, but I don't think it's worth the investment in PowerPoints, just for curiosity.
Let's just be wary.
He's ladies' man.
No time to talk.
Ah, goodness.
Could be that. You can tell by the way he uses his walk. He's a woman's man. No time to talk. All right.
Well, because of the kind of organization this is, I mean, we're walking along assuming that this is actually the person we're talking to, and there may be something else weird going on. I would just say let's kind of be a little bit wary that we don't just walk into a trap from the opposing forces or something. If this guy's a spell or whatever, there's something strange going on. Just stay awake.
Yeah. And that's
something strange in the neighborhood.
Yeah. You can always, and in fact, because you do mention that, and this is Lasan speaking specifically about that, and not
just the link, right?
Not just Tal. Like, you guys are already unaware, so if you want to do an investigation, like it's just straight up investigation, I will give you a bonus to your investigation checks from here on out, because you are on edge. So when you look around,
when I don't need it.
Yeah, but when you look around and you do an investigation, you need an investigation. You're going to be a little bit more wary, and you're going to be a little bit more focused on different things.
Oh, good. Well, at least Quill got another good one.
There you go.
For Demonite. Eric got a good one.
Actually, the investigation check, if you want to use that one right now, Quill, and also just because you're right behind him, you're quite certain that he is corporeal. It is, an actual substance before you. It doesn't look like it's not. Also, you can hear like the the sounds of, you know, the movement of the body.
Swoosh of his clothes.
Yeah,
and,
it all sounds
That's
normal.
an area with like shag carpet, and you can see it move.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that he's definitely belongs in the environment that he's in. He's just moving super well, if you want to say that. Okay. All right, so not long after you guys leave the room, you shut the room. Apparently you've got bellhops, or not bellhops, but what do you call them? Just service, anyway. Coming to the room, possibly to look after Alexei. And you follow Nalasker to immediately meet at the front of the inn, in and around the courtyard. If you're looking at the map here, you guys would be, I'm just going to drag and drop you over here, in and around here, just outside. There happens to be a group of people. There's 12 soldiers, and there is one female, sort of a captain looking, like almost the same sort of dress, a little bit downgraded dress to Nalasker. And yeah, he introduces you really fast. This is Chalaska. Chalaska, these are the people staying in the King's Suite, and they're going to be looking after certain things while I'm gone. And the immediate conversation between him and Chalaska is like, looking after what things while you're gone.
Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah, he's like, I have business to attend to, Chalaska. I don't have time to talk about anything in particular about your inquiries. Okay, I'm leaving now. Also, do not forget, show them where the keys are. They're going to be here possibly for a lengthy time, and I will be back hopefully before they leave. And they just storms on out.
This is awkward.
He goes on out through the courtyard, and you can see him start walking down the main street, passing between the buildings. And as he's walking, again, you know what? You roll investigation checks really, really well. Anyway, this is not a super, super big investigation check. Anyway, it's just kind of cool flavor text. As he's walking down the street, shadowy figures tend to just like file in and follow and just like start. Like, as he's passing building, alley, like more and more people just start filing in behind him.
Like guards, soldiers? Random people.
No. Just they look very military. They look like they kind of like move in and they sort of form up and they walk straight. Right after him, almost like an entourage again, like his own thing. So.
Yeah, let's not mess with this guy.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Okay. So anyway, so that's that.
So then we're left like super awkwardly here with Chalaska.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I guess we're gonna adopt like full like need to know mode.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have to like
I would like to
exude
point out,
authority.
You know, everyone has a character background, and everyone's background has some kind of like sort of not as like directly number based like ability built into it. Eric's background is thug. This would mostly apply in Waterdeep, but I think in this situation it would probably apply as well. It's that due to reputation and demeanor and other factors, if he, say, threatens people or maybe breaks laws, especially like minor stuff, if he just like breaks something or takes something, people are very strongly disinclined to report it to the authorities. People tend to just kind of let it go because of the menace. Yeah. Which is funny because he has often been a pretty calming influence on us when we're out like fighting monsters and stuff. But just part of like how he grew up and how his relationship with his father and stuff like that, he has that attitude. And I think that if we're trying to intimidate people here, that's probably useful.
Yep. That could definitely come in handy.
Could you describe Chalaska again?
Chalaska, she is. Did I write that one down? Did they have that one? All right, she is she handles herself pretty well. She stands upright. She looks like she has years of military.
Human, elf, half elf,
and there's
dwelf.
Yeah, you know, maybe it's just allowing me to come up with whatever race I want.
Oh. For some reason, Chalaska I imagined as an orc name, and I'm like, hey, do you want to sharpen your bow?
Yeah, no, apparently, that's it. All right, that's all. I mean, okay, so she is she's just a human. She's a standard human looking individual. And yeah, no, she stands really tall, erect. You know, she's just really, really, you know, shoulders wide, very military, like a soldier, specifically. And yeah, she's got the same sort of dress as Alaska did as he was leaving.
Okay.
Just again, like different insignia, but yeah. And she's standing in the courtyard. You're all standing in the courtyard with 12 other fighters. They're just standing right there. Everybody seems to be sort of like at attention, at command, really. And again, with the just the earlier investigation rolls that you guys were just playing around with, watching the guy leave, you could also just, you know, sort of scan around your environment, and you're noticing on top of the roof and the towers, in and around the towers and along the roof line, there's a lot, there's a lot more individuals with trained crossbows and everything like that. They're just like, this place is super, super defended.
Because one of the things to keep in mind, also to the chat here, is that we often conflate the Zentrim with the Black Network. The Black Network are the spies, the assassin, the people who are trying to infiltrate things. The Zentrim, they're public face, and they are not a secret organization. People know the Zentrim exists.
Yep.
They are a mercenary group. That's what they do. They sell their services, hired sword kind of things, to all kinds of groups. As far as I recall, my Forgotten Realms, sort of like politics and stuff. They're not as active here in the Sword Coast. This is like, this in particular is one of the only enclaves, I think, of like the Zentrim as mercenary groups. But the Black Network have infiltrated themselves into Waterdeep and a few things like that. So it sort of makes sense. Like all the soldiers, all the sort of veterancy going on over here, it all meshes.
Yeah. Okay. Also, something else to keep in mind, too, in terms of, like, history. This is not, like, history that nobody would know. In terms of this timeline, the history of this area, Barge Right In, being under specifically Zentrum control, that was not taken by force. That was a gift. That was something that was given as a price that was paid for services given in a certain area. That, Snaptic 77, that is a massive tip there, buddy. 100 septums just fell on the channel.
You.
Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
That's incredible.
The birthday happiness continues.
I know, it's generosity continues. All right.
It's very nice.
What was I saying? Something specifically interesting. Oh, right. The Zentrum didn't take this place by force. It wasn't taken by force. It was part of a deal and a negotiation that was given to services rendered. Okay. All right. So anyway,
wow,
it's a very expensive
kind of services give you a town.
Well, that whole thing was not really. That's not public knowledge. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, you guys can start doing whatever. Actually, you know what? Here's what happens. Chalaska says, "Look at you. Well, follow me. I'll show you where these keys are that he apparently wants you to have." Because he did mention that before he left. Show him where the keys are.
So how do we want to handle her? Do we want to intimidate her or use some of our charisma skills to make her a partner, a willing partner in this investigation? Yeah. I mean, she thinks she's second in command. We've just been walked in. I mean, it's like, give them the keys and he leaves. No explanation. This is, she's going to be our first hurdle.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is obviously she's going to be watching you guys, and you guys are probably going to be watching her and watching everybody else. There's no trust here. And
well, it's going to be
even
less than
right
trust.
now because
there's going to be just you've stepped into my territory.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
like every cop show ever where internal affairs has to get involved.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly like that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
There's no happiness in this relationship. No. She doesn't like you here, and right now you guys don't know if you're going to be having to worry too much about her. But whatever. So yeah. Anyway, you guys going to follow her, I suppose, back inside.
The keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Get the keys to the city.
So, inside, something I didn't mention. The first time you step inside the Barge Right In, the inn proper itself, as you step inside, it is nice. Though the smell of the wood and the polished, like it's oil polished wooden surfaces, smells almost like different types of fir tree or cedar or something like that was used extensively in and around different places to kind of give it this sort of really nice aromatic smell. Anyway, it just smells really clean. It's really nice area. But you walk inside. It's really spacious, really open. It has trusses, and not just any trusses. They have like intricate patterns, sort of like almost of dwarven work. If it would be dwarven if it was in stone, but it's in wood. So you're probably guessing more elf. But it looks almost dwarven in its nature. So you've got that going on, or in its artwork, I should say, in its cuts and angles and such. So you got that, and you're moving on inside, and you're following her, and she leads you behind one of the larger tables, which is where the bar, the massive bar, where you have like 10 bartenders working. It's big.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the bar trade in has changed. Lisanne was here 21 years ago. It was kind of a seedy place back then.
Yeah, no, it's
the Centarum taking over has done good. They've done well.
It's changed hands, and there's a lot more money, or at least there was a lot more money coming this way.
All this idea that the Zentrum are bad people, that's just fake news.
Fake news.
Oh,
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news. And we got that from some very important people.
No,
Yes.
absolutely. So
Oh, sorry, Briar.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So you're moving in behind the bar, and this is awesome. The banter is great. You're moving behind the bar, and there's enough space in between where you're not bumping into anybody. It's kind of spacious in behind the bars, lots of working area. You move on back, and you pass through one of the larger double doors into like a kitchen-sized area. Pass through the kitchen-sized area. There's another.
Is it a kitchen?
Yeah. It looks like
kitchen-sized area kitchen.
Yeah, it's a kitchen-sized area kitchen. Yeah. It's a large.
Wow, this kitchen is kitchen-sized. Wow.
It is a large kitchen.
It's big enough. It's big enough to have a good fight scene.
It's grande.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right. Anyway, and you move through there, and there's and the other opposite side. I'm trying to give you guys a visual because I don't have actual visuals. So if you ever want to walk through here again, so on the opposite side of that is like a smaller room. In that room, it's almost like an office, sort of like set up. And inside that office, on the wall opposite, or on the same wall, just through the doorway to the side, there is a handle of many sets of keys. And there is one that seems to, like, if you look at it really fast, seems to like have all the keys on it. So that's the one that she grabs, and she turns around and she hands it to you.
Okay.
Right, that's the one. All right, and
I think Eric should hold on to the keys.
Okay, so you want to give it to Eric? Okay. So that, I mean, she hands it to you, Tal, and then of course whatever you do with it after that is up to you. I mean, she doesn't have any control over that. So, yeah. So you hand it to Eric.
Just reach over. Yeah, just take it nonchalant.
Yep. And right, so that's the first leg of this whole thing. Is that's it.
Because I think if we're gonna make use of this whole like thuggy thing, perhaps I think it might make sense for like Eric to be portrayed as the one with like the authority, who's gonna be like guarding the goods as they're moving, like keep an eye like directly on the package as it's being transferred from the merchant stalls to this and this. Like it feels.
I'm
a very large human being.
Yeah.
So there's an advantage to that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a certain thing I meant to say. Sorry, I skipped the point. I said there was
chain the keys to your belt.
There were several keys along the wall, and I said this key had the key to all of them. This key has more than those keys, though. What happens is that the key along the wall, all those keys happen to be replicas, as you can probably guess, to different rooms in the inn.
Right. But we have,
the
like,
main
key
keys
that's got everything.
Yeah, has like gate key and everything. It's the only set of keys that has all the extra stuff. And in fact, also has probably, as you can imagine, the treasury key. Right? That's on there.
Okay.
Right.
Are they labeled?
Yeah. Well, actually, there's symbols on them. And in fact, I guess if you ask Nalaska to run you through them. Yeah. In fact, I'll just say that right now. She does that. She runs you through them. This key, you know what the keys do.
Okay,
let's just make that easy.
They have little engravings on them. All the gold is here. Yeah, that's good.
The symbols that are there, explain the symbols really fast, so you catch on really fast. It's fine. All right, and that's it. And she says specifically, it is now getting on towards dusk. The first thing we want to do is lock up the main gate. So you have the key. Carry on.
Lisanne, good cop. Eric, bad cop. Tao's secret murder cop.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
This works out nice.
I like that too. I like that, because any other way that you try and like give a moniker to the three of us, I end up being the ugly. So.
The good, the bad,
I don't know.
We'll go
We're
with
starting
that.
a competition for like the most mauled.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true. You have lost an eye. Although nobody notices that because you have a veil right now, so that's cool. All right. So yeah, she says you have the key, so go lock up, and she just sort of like does this motion here, and expects you to know where to go.
Okay.
All right, like vaguely towards the gate. Yeah.
Yeah. Start hitting it.
Okay, so are you all going to travel together for this whole thing? Is Eric going alone to this duty, or what's happening?
I think Lisanne should come with me.
Okay.
A to be good cop, and you need that kind of like person. And Tao, I don't know if Tao wants to just sort of lurk around, or
I'm wondering if I should go ahead to where the treasury is, and then find like a little hidden spot to look like, at the end destination.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, splitting the party is always the key to success, but
you can Scooby-Doo it, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll meet back here at midnight. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah.
I don't know where I should be or where we should look. Yeah.
I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling murderers.
Well, okay, so can we ask Chalaska, like, we need to know the process here. What are we investigating? Is the money, money comes from the inn, obviously, right within the building. Money comes from the market. We've learned that. What time? Like, what's the process for picking up that money? How is it transported? Is there a schedule? Is there a regular schedule? Is it the same time every day? Is it random? Like, what are we investigating exactly? Where are the books kept? Where did you do? We need a lot of information here.
As you start running through this whole thing, like, Chalaska is like, you can see it in her face. She's getting more and more tense with it.
I'm sure.
And then she says, so he's going to give you responsibility of the one thing that this place runs on and not even tell you what to do with it. Fine, I'll tell you.
I agree with you in this one.
Try to get on our good side.
Well, I'm going to say, I completely agree. We've been brought in here to do a job and given very little information to do it. And bottom line is, we're going to need your guidance in this.
I'll tell you what, to make it super easy, because I don't want to deal with it. She just like motions for 2. She goes 2, and she goes this way. And she does it again for 2 more. She's signaling some of her entourage to follow you. So she's got 2 people going to be going with Eric. Eric, as you're starting to move out with the keys and doing certain things, you've got 2 people to help move you around. They know how to lock up and everything. They've done it. They've been on these runs several times. So they're going to help you do what you, or tell you and help you do what you need to do. And as far as Lisanne, where are you you're going with Eric, or?
I guess. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So you're going with Eric, all right? And Tao, you're doing.
Well, again, we can discuss it. Maybe I'll go to the treasury, or I could shadow Chalaska. In either case, before we just sort of split off, I want to ask: is there anyone else that has any keys, or do these represent all the keys?
There's nobody has any other key. These are the master keys, and the only other keys along this wall are keys to rooms.
Okay. And this room we're in, this office, is it normally locked? Do people have access to this?
This is not a room that you can easily get into, no. You have to have...
Were there guards outside the door?
We're just going to say you have to have a certain clearance to get this far.
Okay. Are there guards outside the door or anything like that?
Possibly.
But no, we've just walked in here. Is this a guarded room?
Did we see guards?
No, you don't see any guards.
And we don't see any guards, but she implies
she's implying that it's being watched.
That something's being watched. Okay.
I see. Okay. All right.
Now, we're talking about splitting off. Splitting off to where exactly? Again, we don't know the process here.
Eric and Lisanne are going to be heading down to the gate. Now we have a couple guys with us. I feel a lot less incredibly awkward about it.
Yeah.
So we're going to head down to the gate. There's supposed to be, people might be forming up with us or whatever, but there's supposed to be, a patrol that gets the money.
And that was my question. When, this is what, mid-afternoon, late afternoon? Is the money about to be brought in at the end of the market day?
Yep.
Is that what we're going to watch?
Basically, yeah. I was going to describe it when you guys get down there, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that's why I was asking about schedules. Is it,
Yeah,
Are we
it's
anywhere
basically-
near time? Or
What happens is, because I can talk about it before you get there too, so I don't have to talk about it again. That's true. Is that when you get down there, you'll notice that as the coffers that come through the gate, that's when the gate is shut and the coffers continue down the main street up to the inn itself proper, and that's where it's going to be deposited. But they do shut off the main wall to everybody in and around outside that is not supposed to be inside at nighttime.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So they close the gate, then they collect the money?
the money comes through the gate and then they close the gate. Yeah.
Oh, the inner gate we're talking
The
about
inner
now.
gate,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
The outer gate has also got a wall that is locked up, but that is that's command of the outer watch. They do that.
Okay.
And the money that's coming in, is this like money that's like taxed from these merchants? Are the merchants part of the Zentarim and this is all the money?
That's their payment, yeah. So whatever money they make per day, mind you, is a payment that they make, because they don't set up stalls and stay forever. Sometimes business doesn't do good, so they're not going to charge them a huge fee to just take a stall and have to.
Yeah.
Keep
So these are
here.
private merchants that are paying a commission basically to the place. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the money that now belongs to the barge ride in / Zent.
Yes. The estate proper. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So so you guys are doing that. You move off that way, and that's exactly what's happening. You see a couple of wagons actually coming in with extra. Not only it's not only like chests of gold and stuff like that. It's not just treasures like that. It's also, you can see other types of material that might be used for currency, or at least in the barter way, because sometimes they don't want to give up a certain amount of gold. Like a merchant wouldn't want to give gold, they'll just give you some silks instead or something, that sort of thing. So anyway, that sort of caravan is coming through the gate as you're coming up, and it is being very much inspected by the guards in and around, and the two main guards.
So the tax collection's already been done. We're just worried about it from the point when it reaches the gates.
Now, that's interesting. The tax collection has already been done. The tax collector is currently also traveling with it. You can question him if you want to, or you can just follow him. You don't have to do. Whatever. However you want to handle the situation. He is there, and there is So there's a guard now standing. They're backing away. They're just basically checking if there's any bodies in there. And they back away. It seems to be fine. And now they're calling for lock her up, and it says lock her up. It just kind of goes around in a big circle.
But is Donald Trump here?
Lock her up.
Yeah.
Oh, right. No. All right. So so you can now go and use your key if you know where to use the key. In fact, you got the two soldiers with you, so they just send it this way, sir. This way.
Yeah. Okay.
So
head around, lock all the things.
Chink, chink, chink. There's more than one lock, obviously.
Trying to look very serious, like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's really strange because you're getting this whole this scenario right where people are just watching you intently, almost out of curiosity, but also with a little bit more interest.
Yeah.
Right, you kind of get that feeling. In fact, you especially again because patron, you've got that really you almost interesting. So you lock and lock. All the locks go up and everything. So now you can now go with the caravan all the way back to see if anything happens with the caravan. You can break off. There's several little shops and stuff. You can start questioning people. You can, however you want to proceed in that regard.
But we're inside the inner gates now, so there aren't really a lot more shops in here.
Well, there's other shops. There's like the ones like smithies and everything that are here to stay. Those types of shops.
All these other buildings.
All these other buildings,
There's shops and houses and
Yeah, and people do live in some of these houses, like up.
Okay, so we are at 3 now.
Yes, you were at 3 right now.
So we've got what we have are 2 wagons. You said that have got goods and bags of gold or whatever from the market out front. But now we're coming through the town and we're stopping at various stores along the way collecting
a bit more.
The day's taxes. Okay. Now, one question is we don't know how much we're supposed to be getting from each place anyway. I mean, we could be guarding this wagon that has already have a big shortage in it from before it even got started.
Yeah, but what I wanted to get right now was that I was going to tell. I was actually going to say to son, get the count. basically, like we have the tax collector, the guy who's in charge of that stuff. Like to get like he's got a. I'm sure he's not gonna say it out loud, but I'm sure he's got he should have a record of how much stuff there is. Or if he doesn't, we're gonna want him to make a record of how much there is at this point.
I mean, because there must be, because for every merchant, they must be like, they must get audited at the end of the day.
There's got to be something, yeah.
Yeah. So again, Eric's like faking sort of the like, just sort of in charge, imposing guy. Just sort of, so he's like, oh, Lisan, get his count.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess what we want to know is like, is this place losing money because someone is like stealing gold or goods from the treasury, or stealing goods when they come into the town in the first place, or is it the merchants underreporting how much they're earning?
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it? There's lots of different ways that this place could be losing profit from.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to know as early as possible how much gold is supposed to be here.
Well, at this gate right now, the merchant tells you, I'm not going to throw out a figure because I'll have to remember the
whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But he gives you a figure. So there's that figure. You got that figure in your head. Okay. And
that includes any silk, any other non-currency items, right?
It's assuming the assumed value of those items. Yes.
Okay. So we'll be stopping and talking. I guess I will be working with this tax collector guy at every stop along the way to find out what he expects to have gotten and what he actually got. And then we get a copy of that, or we get that report at the end of, once we get up to the Treasury office, I suppose, because that's what we're going to have to check. Is that report wrong in the first place?
Yeah.
You know,
it is to be noted, there was a bit of a hesitation before he said anything to you, but he did notice you specifically had the keys.
Oh, the keys.
So you have the keys, so therefore it's kind of like he then automatically assumed that you're.
And we've got the private guard that Chalaska sent with us, right?
That's right. Yeah. So you guys have a lot more authority. Okay. So he's very forthright. He's just like, he just gives you the figure. Bam.
Okay.
There's the figure.
Okay. Do you have anything to write stuff down? To write that down or something? Or...
I think I do, actually.
You have like a pen.
I mean, I'm assuming the tax collector guy does too. But I got this.
Warlock.
Yeah, but we want.
I got this covered. I have books and inks and all the things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you write down his total and you keep a separate total, basically.
Yes. Okay.
Auditing.
We're getting the reports.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Carve it into your
so
arm
I guess
with a knife.
we're gonna just start going along, and I'll mostly watch the cards. Lisanne can go into the shops with the tax collector, I guess.
Okay.
Sure. All right. And in fact, no, there's no reason to go into the shops. The shops are coming now. Like the actual people that work in this place, they're expecting us right on time. They just sort of like walk out. Bam. There's the let me get that focus back. There's the amount that was owed for the day, and of course the tax collector has it written down, the amount needed, then gets the amount, counts the amounts, tallies it and everything, and then marks it off. If it's equal, checks it off. If it's under, he puts a note next to it, and then they carry on.
So these are tenants basically paying their rents, but they do it every day. Like a little bit every day.
They're paying like a percentage.
Yeah, exactly.
There might be rules. There's probably like a minimum or something, but yeah.
That's what there would have to be.
Yeah, it's a quick little murder.
It's rent that's geared to income. It's very progressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, businesses always get good treatment like that, right?
Yeah.
Businesses always get like the fair treatment, and then it's
if you got money, you get the fair treatment. If not, then anyway, you know how that goes. All right, so. So that happens shop by shop by shop by shop by shop. Before
I mean, it's fair, but it's also like racketeering, like protection money. Oh, you want to be here and you don't want to have some sort of strange accident happen to you?
Yeah.
Then you better pay us 10% of your take.
Yeah.
So, how far along are we when we hit blacksmith shop?
Blacksmith shop is basically right here. It's the that guy.
I'm not seeing that thing.
I don't see
there it is. Okay, now I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
When we get to that one and they come out and they do the money thing, Eric's gonna be like, hold on a minute. I'm gonna go over there, go over to the blacksmith, and it's like, you have a chain, reasonably thick chain, about 4 or 5 feet.
4 or 5 feet.
It's a wallet chain. Well, a keychain chain.
It was.
Yeah, I want to. Basically, Eric wants to take a chain and like attach it around the key ring. He's gonna wrap it around his torso and then around the arm, and then have it go to the keys. If he unwraps it around his arm, it's got some more slack. But yeah, basically, he just wants to. He's like, if this guy has a chain he can get, he just wants it. He's pausing everything right now. He's gonna just do that like right now. Just give him. I'm just going to. Now I'm actually, as a blacksmith, I can set a reasonable price, but I'm not gonna like ask him how much it is. I'm just gonna say here it is. Just give him the money for it, basically. And get a chain, like pause everything just for the like minute or two to get that chain, get that set up, and like hammer it and like attach it around the keychain.
Okay. So as you go to do that, though, you are reprimanded by the other two soldiers. It says nobody carries the keys around. They go right back in the office where they.
Not anymore.
Oh. Intimidate check this guy. Yeah. And Call Me Crazy in chat wants you guys to ask if anyone's feeling, I guess, disgruntled about the tariffs.
Oh.
Or if
yeah, check if people are like disgruntled about the tariffs. I'm just like asserting my authority right now.
Okay. All right.
Pretty solid for my intimidation check.
Well, yeah, and in terms of the intimidation check, you succeed quite well. Or
basically just like, well, all rules will be followed, and then just like carry on.
There you go.
Okay, so he just steps back and kind of assumes things are going to work out. Right. So then, yeah. So you get the
You're
chain.
not my supervisor.
You get the chain, and in fact, because you're with the entourage, you don't have to pay for this chain. This chain just comes out. He just.
I pay him what I deem a fair price. There's just no discussion about it.
Okay. Right.
He's a blacksmith. He would know. That's okay.
Fine. Okay, that works out.
Yeah, and that's a good question. Like, how are the townspeople acting through all of this?
I
mean, are they looking browbeaten and they're having to pay more than they can afford? Is this some sort of racketeering thing, or is it just tenants paying their rent and they're, oh, here, how you doing? I had a great day, whatever. Like, what kind of what are we picking up from the town?
There seems to be some amount of not a lot, mind you, but there is some amount of, you can see it in their eyes, a little bit of a disgruntled sort of thing. You could follow up on that if you want, but yeah, it's not a lot. It doesn't feel like they're angry. It just feels like something's a little bit off. Richie, thank you for that tip, man. Front and center. There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So the chain.
So, yeah, we get that brief interruption out of the way. Eric takes a look at the chain and is like, very nice. And then we like, okay, carry on.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you pass on from there.
I don't know if the chain is very nice, but I'm like polite about it in that sense.
Right. You've probably done a better chain for yourself. But yeah, so you kind of go again, place by place by place. There's only a few left. As you round the bend through one of the alleys, everything's fine. There's no issue. All the taxes are coming in quite well. And
how many guards are there on this like tax caravan?
On the tax caravan, there's the hold on, let me see. There's the 12 there. I have a number, so there's the 15, there's the 12, and there's the 12. I'm just gonna say that because I have some left over anyway. So I'm gonna say that there's 10.
10. Okay, counting or not counting the two that we.
That's not counting the two that are there. So there's 12 total.
Okay. Yep, makes sense. Well, okay, so we carry on. We're just looking for anything out of the ordinary. I'm more focused on watching the cart itself, even though I'm pretty sure that's not where things are happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it would be too obvious, if you're going to do something like this, But you never know. I mean, it could be magicked away in some way. You have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Well, there's only it looks like basically a block. I mean, it's not a long. Well, okay, it's a pretty big building based on that picture you gave us, but
yeah, it's actually got to be pretty. All these buildings are bigger than they
yeah.
Yeah. The thing is like there's shops next to shops. So the blacksmith is not just that shop. There's other shops inside of that or next to that.
Like so, it's a building.
Each one of these is a strip mall.
Basically, yeah. There's businesses next to businesses next to businesses, and in
Each
fact,
one is a block. Okay.
yeah, you kind of get that.
Okay.
But
it is a good time to remind everyone that I see the invisible, and I have like that long dark vision, so I can see what's going on in alleys and stuff too.
And it's not super dark yet, although it is getting there. It's starting to get kind of dark.
Yeah, it'd more just be in alleys and stuff. I'm assuming if it was just someone doing something with invisibility, that they've like taken precautions against that, or they would have checked that sometimes. So, but just I remind that. That's good.
Okay, so as you guys are doing this, and this is going to take a few more minutes there, close to an hour, and basically, when it's done right, it's all done before nightfall fully happens.
Okay.
Right. So it does not get nightfall until the money is securely locked away.
Might take a little longer today with all the questions.
It might, yeah. But for right now, Tao, right?
Yeah.
You are currently with Shalaska, correct?
Yeah, I am still. I was thinking of probably heading to the Treasury, maybe with Shalaska, getting the tour there. I want to know about security precautions and things like that. Really get to know the path on the way, that type of thing.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So one of the interesting things of note is as you're exiting the office, the back office there, where the keys were, because you were there for that. You leave back through way of the kitchen-sized huge kitchen. Sorry.
Yep.
A kitchen-sized room.
Yeah. And which there's people in there, right? There's people in there that they're actually working in the kitchen. And then passing back in through the bartenders, you're rounding the bend and everything. Roll a what would you want to call it? Roll an agility, something agility or acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics. Thank you very much, the gamesman. A tip just came in of 5 step tips.
Thank you.
Okay, so you notice quickly enough and deftly step over the near prone body of a dwarf who happens to be laying completely down on the ground, and his hand shoved right up into the wall, and he's just kind of moving his arm around into the wall. Yeah. So you almost and Shalaska continues going. She just keeps walking.
Wait.
Down on the ground.
What are you doing? Looking for rats?
Exactly what I'm doing. I'm actually about to kill the whole nest. I have poison.
Okay. Wow. Imagine this is one of those Midsummer Murders or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right? So there's an exterminator on site with access to poison. This is the first 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
There's going to be, and right before commercial break, we're going to find someone dead.
Yes.
Apparently poisoned. Face down in their beer.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah, he's got his arm straight up inside there, and he's you hear some loud knocking back and forth. And Shalaska turns around and says, "Are you coming?"
Yeah, I'm trying. You know what? I am going to X-ray vision that spot just before. Boop.
Okay, so you're X-ray visioning that spot.
Yeah.
It is interesting to note, you did use magic, so in and around that area. So what happens right now is you become a little bit glowy.
But are we in the bar right now?
Yep. Just behind the bar, yeah.
Thank you.
And even out here, using magic makes you glow.
Yeah. You start to glow a little bit. So Shalaska says, "What are you doing?"
It's like the one glowing eye.
Yeah.
I just say, my job.
Your job.
Yeah. Are you going to keep walking?
She smacks her lips together really, really hard. Yeah, she says, "Follow me, please."
Mm-hmm. So, and I do, but just through the wall there, when I'm seeing his hand has got a poison. He's putting down warfarin in the walls. Do I see any rats in there?
Yeah, no. Inside of the wall there seems to be where you can see some pieces of paper and shavings and whatever. But there's also he does have a container in his hand, and he is kind of just sort of knocking the walls as he's just throwing shit inside. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Is it poison? I don't know. You can go taste it or something, but...
So as we walk to the treasury, keep in mind, for 1 minute, I can see through things.
Okay, sure. Which is very interesting because as you leave the bar area, you start to not glow as much, and there's a sound that happens to blare out. I forgot that bit. There's a sound that blares out when you were glowing. That was quickly silenced after Alaska just like threw her arm up, whatever, and just dropped it again, and the sound stopped. But then as you moved around from the bar, you stopped glowing as well.
So as that was only going on while I was behind the bar?
Yep.
Like, so when I'm in the actual common area, there's no glowing alarm shit?
No, it just seems like it went away after she just sort of like dropped her arm.
Oh, okay. After she dismissed it.
Yeah, she just dismissed it. It just took a while for the glow to go away.
Okay.
Longer than the alarm. Yeah. Just an interesting thing. All right, so anyway, you continue following her, and where are we going? I forget where we're going.
The treasury.
All right, the treasury. Right. Okay, so you follow her to the back like there's the bar area, and then further up the way where you would normally start splitting off on one side to go towards some of where the sweets are. There's the other side. The other side is where you guys are going, and you start passing by soldiers. Like there's like security bits here and there, and there's an upper balcony, and then there's another upper balcony, and then there's the like a larger door, and again that door happens to be it doesn't have any doorknob, which is interesting. I don't
have a keyhole.
No keyhole either. I mean, not yet anyway. And she just sort of like puts her hand against it, and as she puts her hand against it, it reveals a keyhole. She says, "This is the treasury." And then she pulls her hand away, and it goes away.
I'm gonna touch the door.
Okay, you touch the door. As you touch the door, the keyhole opens up.
Okay. I was kind of expecting there to have to be like a magic word, like coffee.
No, the interesting thing is that you put your hand against it, and the keyhole opens up, and she's standing there. She's just like, "Son of a bitch." That's what she says. She just mutters under her breath.
So, I'm assuming this keyhole doesn't appear for most people.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
She says, "No, it's supposed to. It's only supposed to be when I'm around. It's a security thing."
No, when you're around. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And now you have it, apparently.
Oh well, but you're still around.
It's good to know. No, but it's only when her hand touches it. That's what
okay.
That's what
only
she's
her hand is supposed to do it.
Yeah, only her hand is supposed to do it.
So I look back. So this area, there's a bit of like a cathedral ceiling or whatever, and there's two balconies. So there's like people that can guard from an above balcony and look down on this big door. Do I still have my X-ray vision at this point?
No. By the time you get up there, no. You guys weren't running, so.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah.
I say this is quite the security setup.
There's a reason for that. We have a lot of people who would be pretty adept at getting their hands on things if it weren't a adept security setup.
Within the own organization.
So
we're rogues and thieves and assassins. Oh my! You know?
Right. So that's what's happening while you guys are out collecting.
Right? Yes, I know.
So now Tal knows where the treasury is. You guys will actually know where the treasury is here pretty soon anyway, because you're about to come through the courtyard.
About to come meet you.
Yeah, coming in through the courtyard. You're coming in through the on the courtyard. And there's the main stairs that go up to the main inn. Right. You guys are taking a side path. That side path leads to sort of like a tunnel, almost like a, I don't even call it, give you a visual, parking garage, you know, that sort of thing. You kind of go inside.
Loading bay.
Yeah, loading bay. So you kind of go in that way, and as you come into the back side of that, there is a lift that is there, and that's where they start tossing the stuff into the lift on the bottom.
The lift, does it work by having like a pulley and rope inside the lift itself, or is it someone else somewhere else that's operating it?
So okay, here's what happened then. To get full disclosure, as you guys are watching the goods go in, basically all the way through there. The accountant then takes the piece of paper that he has had put all this numbers together. He takes it, and as he tears a sheet from the book, he just tears a sheet right out, and tosses it into the bin. The paper, as it lands on the pile, then shuts the door. Just shuts really fast, like it's like instantaneous. You can't even see it. You can't blink and see it. Just like boom, shuts, and then you hear like a winding sound, and that's it.
That's the lift. So you guys aren't in the lift.
I was saying nobody's in the lift.
Yeah, you should probably be in the lift.
That's not good.
Yeah. I don't think anybody wants to try to be in the lift.
Why?
Because
how big is this?
Because where that goes, you're not going to be breathing.
Does that go straight into the vault?
Yeah.
And Tao is on the other side of the wall leading into that vault.
Yes.
I don't like the gap in the chain of custody.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well,
that seems like a spot right there for something to go wonky do.
Certainly could be. Although at the very same time, the accountant tells you specifically how it works in terms of. He doesn't know how it works. He's not a mystical guy at all. He just says what he knows is that when he throws in the piece of paper, that signals the gate to shut, and when the gate shuts, there's no way you survive being inside of there.
Mm.
That's what he was told. Like if you're inside when that thing shuts, you're dead. If anything's alive when it goes in there, you're dead.
Can we have before the tax collector dropped off the piece of paper? Can we have like compared it with Lisanne's count? As that would have been part of our job.
Right. Yeah. Actually. Yeah, you got the tally that he gave you.
We would
and
pause them at that stage and be like, wait. Just to compare.
Yeah, that happened all pretty fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's
I'm going to say that, no, you guys did that beforehand, because there's going to be, that would be just infuriating.
But I say we have keys. We can go open the vault, go in and check on the other side.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You do have the ability to do that.
First.
Yeah, sure, you can compare first. Yeah, so you compare. And then when you see everything is tallied up, everything is the same. Yeah. Right? He tears off the sheet, throws it inside. Bam! Instantaneous lockdown. In fact, you don't even see the door. It almost seems like the door just shows up. It doesn't seem like it comes down from the top, doesn't come up from the bottom, doesn't come in from the side. Just boom! It's just there. And then that's it.
Yeah, Solbit, and that was not an animal, but maybe like a bug or something. Toss a bug in next time and see if it actually comes out the other end dead, if that's actually true. I mean, being told that is one thing. Being true is another, right?
Yeah,
so.
This is true. Warforged thief. Does he have daggers welded to his face? I'm
that could be a problem.
All right. Right.
I'm still worried about ghosts.
That could be a thing. All right. So that's your bit. And yes, when you hear the lift go off downstairs, I'm going to say right now, for you, Tao, you do hear also a winding sound happening.
Mm-hmm. So I ask her what that is.
Chalaska looks at you and says specifically that means the accounts have been balanced and it's on its way to the treasury.
Okay. Does it come in from like below or above or like are we in the basement? This treasury here?
Oh no, the treasury itself is just behind this door, and you guys are on the balconies. You're about 3 stories up at this point, kind of up and over.
So he wants to know treasury height relative to the loading bay height.
Right. So
which is above.
She says there's a loading bay down below.
Okay.
That when it's actually correct, when the balance is correct between both what the amount of currency that is in the loading bay, also the amount.
Holy shit.
Yeah. When the tax collector throws in his paper that says it's supposed to be this amount, then it shuts and everything is fine.
You can tell we're in the Forgotten Realms when there's like this high level of freaking magic stuff.
Yeah.
Just for bookkeeping.
Yeah. It's huge. Yeah.
Damn.
Which is why, at this particular point, it's really crazy. I mean, here's the thing. This is Zentarum. So if Zentarum are trying to bugger over Zentarum, and it's just any normal way of robbery, then it seems like they would be able to pick up on it, but they haven't yet. So now it's like, what the hell? You know, they haven't figured out what's going on.
Yeah.
So you guys are there doing some stuff.
So now that the lift has presumably reached the treasury, what happens?
It remains. It remains there.
No one has to empty the lift or anything?
Nope. We've never had to empty it before.
So it just empties itself.
As far as I know, Chalaska kind of looks at you with this whole like.
I think there are ghosts.
She looks at you with this like sort of like she's never really considered it sort of face.
Yeah.
Like she just kind of looks at you dumbfounded, and you can roll the check to see if she's being honest or whatever. But yeah,
we're gonna find out that living inside the vault is an ancient civilization of accountants who have like gone feral. They're just like feral accountants in there, and they finally like rebelled.
Yeah, I need to see inside the vault.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I think we're going to be saying that too, Eric. Okay, this just disappeared, and nobody escorted it wherever. Now you guys need to take us to wherever that's gone, because that's what we need to see.
And
so we'll be meeting up with you. Yeah, we'll be meeting up with you.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's regroup and then say we need to look inside the vault.
Okay. All right. So you want to let's see if we want to take a break.
Should we get more guards to be, if this vault isn't open very often, should we ask for like more guards?
I'm sure there will be lots of people.
Mm-hmm.
They're not opening the vault and having just us go in. There's going to be lots of people. Sure.
Right. So in terms of okay, so for Lasan and Eric, where you guys are right now, that's it. That's the whole party. The party's done there. They start to sort of go their own ways, and the accountant looks at you and says, "Is there any further questions you have for me, or am I free to go?"
We need to see inside the vault.
So you want me to come and see inside the vault?
Okay with that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll head for you there. Then I have to go and get some food. I am starving.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, you and me both. Didn't have breakfast.
All right, so yeah, he follows you on up. The guards also that were with you, the 2 guards that were sent with you, follow you on up.
Yeah.
You guys come through the main area, so the big open doors. You can actually see the vault door, the treasury door, from the bottom floor. It's that open, right? So you can see from the bottom floor, you can look straight across, and you can see the treasury door from where you are as you come through. In fact, that's where Lasan, that's where you and Eric see Tao and Chalaska. You see from afar. They just look that way. So, and then of course you get a sort of a mediocre escort from the other 2 soldiers. They just kind of, and then the tax collectors in tow. You just kind of move up that way.
Okay.
So you go up the flight of stairs as you needed to do, and yes, you meet up with Tao. And so yeah, now what?
Open the vault.
We explained to Tao what just happened, how the stuff got moved, and go from there.
Yeah, no one sees it once it goes in lift. There's no eyes on it in lift.
You know, if we were here for a different reason, this would be like the greatest sort of like Ocean's 11 kind of like heist adventure.
It could be next time once we learn all the security.
Yeah, we're making copious notes.
Yeah, we would also be the #1 people that Butthole would suspect.
Yeah, do you think?
So I'm thinking maybe not the wisest, but
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, if you guys ever did want to, use this same world and then run some chaotic evil characters or something like that, and you can try to see if you can do a bank heist, that would be a lot of fun to try to do it here. But anyway, so yeah, you come up, you meet up together, and
we head down to the vault. I've got the keys.
Right. So Chalaska goes to put her hand on the door, and then she just stops for a second. She's like, just points at Tao, just kind of like.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I pointed Eric.
Right, but there's no keyhole, so Eric's confused.
Yeah.
Roll against confusion.
Put your hand up against the door.
Okay. So I'll just put my hand on the door wherever they seem to be indicating.
All right. Okay. So Eric, you put your hand on the door, and you're still confused.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll put my hand up against it now.
Okay. You put your hand against it, and a keyhole opens up.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. So I find the key that she had pointed out previously. Again, I got the keychain is attached to my actual chain that's like wrapped around my arm.
Right.
It may be interesting to her, but either way, it doesn't matter. I just take it and put the key in the lock, turn it, see what happens.
Okay, so yeah, you put in the key, you twisted the lock and everything, and the door just vanishes. Just poof, just like it's not even there. In fact, it is kind of weird because I don't know if you were putting any pressure or leaning against the door, but you kind of have to rebalance yourself really fast there, Tal.
I was going to say a little bit, yeah.
Whoa, okay. Where'd the door go? But what's on the other side of it is just a cloud.
Oh, a cloud.
Yeah, it's just a fog.
I wonder if we step through it, if we can then see what's there. I asked Chalaska, like, has she ever been inside the vault?
Nobody goes inside the vault.
Somebody goes in. How do you get the money out? Okay, there's our next question. How do you know
we need the current balance of this vault. And she says that. And then out slides a piece of paper with the current balance of the vault.
What happens if someone were to try to walk in?
I'm not quite sure. Chalaska says she starts to stutter a bit. But apparently we've had an issue with one of our soldiers in the past tripping. He was drunk, and he hasn't ever come back out.
I was gonna say, you know what this is actually? This is just there was a rat infestation in the vault. So they're just they're
stripping out money and stuff to make nests out of.
Yeah,
so the
it's rats. It's rats just grabbing stuff.
It's a rat infestation.
So you have this count now? How does it compare to this morning's count?
You
have records,
and we're keeping a copy of that.
Yeah. So she says she gets the account of the vault, right? Okay, so she's got that, and she says, I don't know off the top of my head. We're gonna have to go and
have to go find it.
And go find it.
It's kept somewhere.
What's the last one? Yeah.
Now, and if someone wants, okay, we had silks loaded in today. If somebody wants to take those silks out, show us how that happens.
So Chalaska says, we need a bolt of silk. And out slides a bolt of silk.
Lasan, ask for a bolt of silk.
I need a bolt of silk. Do I get one?
Nothing happens.
You ask for one.
I need a bolt of silk.
Out slides a bolt of silk. Which really, again, impounds Chalaska's anger. She is getting very mad now. Because to her, it seems more complicated. It's just like everything got more fucking complicated. You just threw somebody else in.
And if we want to redeposit this?
I have a... Eric, you ask for one.
Into the cloud.
Eric, you ask for silk. Is this connected to the keys, the authority, or just because you're part of the Zentarum? Because you were the widow.
We need both of silk.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
So it's not because you got the keys, because you actually physically have the keys. You're the guy who opened the door.
It's whatever got mojoed on me.
It's supposed to be split, right? Is custody. If person with keys can also request money, then they have everything.
Well, except Tao was given the keys, so she would have had everything.
Yeah, and Chalaska presumably has the keys and could do this, would have full access. But yeah, how do we redeposit the silks?
Chalaska just takes a bolt of silk from me, just tosses it, and it goes poof, just disappears. And Chalaska does
disappear, or is it just like goes into the cloud and then we can't see it anymore because it's in a cloud?
What? Sorry, say it again.
I just want to clarify. You say it just disappears. You mean we throw it into a cloud and then as soon as it goes like a couple feet into the cloud, we can't see it anymore? Or do you mean when it hits the cloud, it disappears?
It's kind of interesting how it happens. Visually, what happens is the bolt of silk hits the cloud and then like it sort of goes transparent.
Okay.
Yeah. So I asked the cloud, we need a guard.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Corpse.
We need a corpse.
You get a corpse.
Is it the corpse dressed in the guard garb?
All you get is a corpse. You just get like
just the body itself.
Well, ask Chalaska, is this the guy you lost?
Chalaska looks at the body and is just like...
Or a murdered guest.
Yeah, I mean, she looks at it and she's like... I don't know who this is.
Oh shit! Yeah, this is the greatest way to dispose of bodies.
Is it really
Ask for another one.
Preserved?
No.
Ask for another one. Yes. And what state of decomposition is this thing in?
So you run out of corpses.
No. No. There are certain things that are best left buried.
Yeah. Sort of.
I just slide the corpse back in.
Oh.
We need all the corpses. You know what? That might be dangerous.
Eric's just gonna attempt to remain just like impassive, and even though that's like, he's like, what? But like, no, it's just like maintain demeanor of like.
I just turned to Chalaska and says, there are certain things we're here to investigate, and some things we're not here to investigate.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
It's interesting.
I think I've seen enough.
The corpse even seems cool to the touch.
And is it decomposed at all? Is it got
No.
the clothing is off it? Is this literally just a body that is just fresh dead?
It's just a fresh dead body.
It's like a freezer kind of stasis something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh. Awesome.
So anyway, that's
Yay.
what's happening right now at the Treasury door. Meat locker bank combo.
How do we close the door?
How do you close the door?
Door disappeared.
Take the key out, pretty much.
Yeah, well, there's no place for the key anymore, right? Actually, as the door disappeared, you're just like, well, okay, you're just holding the keys.
Oh, it just pops back. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, I don't have a command word. I should probably write it down because it sounds cooler if I ever get a command word. Let's get a command word. Be like,
Cafefe.
huh?
Cafefe.
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 I got it. I'm writing it down right now. I can't get this to write. I don't have any ink. There we go. Cafefe.
The new mystery is who stole Briar's ink.
Cafefe. All right. Cafefe. On the door shuts.
Okay.
All right.
In fact, it just reappears basically.
Yeah. I mean, someone was noting it in the chat. Is the keyhole like invisible and it reveals, or is it actually like stone that shapes out? Just because I see invisible stuff. I'm assuming my see invis wasn't penetrating there like fog.
The fog? Oh no.
Yeah.
No. In fact, you did penetrate the fog to see more fog.
Okay.
Sorry. That's it. Yeah, you see.
So there's like visible fog, and then there's invisible fog, which I can see with my see invisible. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But keyhole, does the keyhole like invisible and it reveals itself when you touch it, or does the stone actually shape out? If it was technically
it just reveals itself. Spell. It just sort of like fades in.
It physically opens up.
Yeah.
The keyhole. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because someone wanted to know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it just appears. And then if it's not there, it's not like it's invisible. It's just not there.
Okay. So.
All right.
So keys always stay in that room.
Right in the office.
They immediately go back to that office. Mm-hmm. Only you have access to office. You and
Nalasker.
Use his name. Yeah.
We're the only two that are allowed to walk back that far. If anybody else stands in front of that door without at least our what do you want to call it? What's our
presence?
Presence, yeah.
Permission.
Then it doesn't go well.
I have to say, there's one thing I'm disappointed in.
What?
When the door to the vault opens, I figured there should probably be like a big like bong or something, so that people know. So if someone tried to secretly open it, although I guess up until now it's just been probably you and Nalasker who could open the door.
Yeah.
By the way, any relation? Chalaska, Nalasker? Do you have uncreative parents?
Yeah, no, uncreative people who wrote the book. Right. No, that's it. No, Chalaska will say specifically. She looks at you puzzled if that's the case, and she says, "I am human. He is elf."
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
right. Yeah, that part.
Sorry, I don't see race.
Yeah.
I barely see anything. It's like 2D.
Yeah, you lost the eye that saw race.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So very good. So that is your introduction to this whole weirdness that is going on. If you do quickly go down and you have the office. In the office is the other records kept per day.
That's where we need to see the changes that came in.
Right. So you have the balance sheet with you now.
Yeah.
That came in from what's in there, and with you also have a piece of paper.
And I'm assuming the balance is huge. It's like, oh, this looks like a phone number, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it is a substantial amount of money. It's hard to kind of understand that type of money.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need specifics other than it's lots.
It's
but
it's a stand. Yeah, it's good. It's amount.
Yeah, we need that. We need like daily balances for however long they've. I mean, going back a ways to see. Okay, how do I say this?
It's on
time.
Right, right now,
daily...
we just want to compare this morning, like what they had, the last balance they took, and that plus your count should add up. Then we can do all that like accounting and get everything as we go on.
Yeah.
But immediately, we just want to know that it adds up right now.
Okay. So what were you saying, Lasan?
Doesn't matter. We'll do it next week or something. It's fine.
Okay. Right. So when it comes to the logistics of how you guys want to do the balancing thing, I'm going to say specifically just for the speed and at least, I don't know, the sort of entertainment value of it. Crunching numbers, people do that sometimes for a living. I'm not going to run people through that.
Good.
For entertainment value, we're going to say that you guys did your best. You did some knowledge there, and to fully go into depth, if that's what you guys want to do, it's going to take a few days. So we're just going to say you started that process, right? So that's done. One of you, or a couple of you, or all three of you, if you want to do it all together, you can start that process. Meanwhile,
right. But for today's balance, though.
Oh, quickly for today's balance.
Yeah.
Very interestingly enough, you have the amount that was put in.
Yeah.
Right? So you know what the amount was for that. And in the office, there's the amount previous to that. And then there's the amount that you now have. And it added up.
Okay, so X plus Y is what they should have, and X, and we have Y on our sheet of paper, and they have X.
Yeah.
On yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay. So that's the key detail. At this stage, it appears that nothing has gone missing.
Yep.
Based on everything we know, then we can test.
And we can check again tomorrow morning, and we can do different things.
Yeah. Seems to be added up at the moment, at the very least. Right. So
one of the I was going to say, one of the things we'll have to figure out is, like, what are we doing in terms of night? We're not just going to go back to the room and sleep. I'm sure we're going to, like, look around, you know, have someone on a rooftop, have someone be outside the treasury, have someone guard the keys, have someone, like, we need about 15 people, but.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, so in terms of the standard security measures done, that's, you can go and check on that. You can sort of like make sure that they're all in place, and satisfactorily, Chalaska will also come along with, and she says things are all in place. This is the way it's supposed to be, and you can also move around in certain other areas of the place that is not generally looked after very often, like in terms of cleaning services and everything. They don't go in certain places. She does mention that the attic, nobody ever goes in the attic. She doesn't remember the last time somebody went into the attic. It's just an empty spot. There's nothing to go up there because...
now we're totally not going to check the attic.
Yeah, I know. All right, see, there's that. But she says,
where we all get poisoned by rat poison. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. So she says nobody ever goes up into the attic anymore. That's been a long time ago. That's pretty much the only thing, though. There's other rooms, and you can go throughout these rooms. There's no furnishings in these rooms. Vanalida! Hello, thank you for that. Tippage. That's fantastic. Thank you for your generosity. Right, so...
Oh, there it is. Hello, and thank you.
So right now, everything that Chalaska has done, she's gone over and above her normal duties, she feels. And she says, if you'll excuse me, I think I'm due for some food. I'm going to go eat, I'm going to go drink, and I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay, so we have to put the keys back in the office, right? We're not allowed to keep the keys?
No.
The rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of me is wondering if, like, you should just set up shop in the office. Like, oh, the keys have to go back to the office? Okay, these keys are attached to me. So I'm going to be in the office.
You could do that.
Can this be done if I stay in office without you? Anything bad happen?
I can't think of anything that would be other than uncomfortable, but whatever. It's up to you. That's your prerogative.
As long as I don't pass in and out, right? If I leave and come back, then bad things happen.
I don't think it's magically trapped or anything.
No. If you leave, you can leave if you want to. In fact, I'd prefer it if you have to go to the bathroom that you do leave. But you know.
But you won't be able to get back in?
Yeah, getting back in.
Or can he get back in?
Getting back in would be a bit of a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean that could be a security thing if somebody else can access the keys if they've learned a way around this. Mm-hmm. Why don't you just keep the keys?
Just give us a minute. I go to the bathroom first, then I'm staying the night.
Fair enough. If that's what you're
I'm gonna head off, so I just need her to let me back in. I'll grab like a pillow or something.
Yep.
And then I'm going to stay in there.
You're gonna say goodnight to Alexi?
Yeah, I'll quickly let him know what's up, and then go to the washroom, and then.
Okay, Alexi doesn't really care because Alexi's asleep.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll leave him notes and it's like, I'm away. We'll be back.
Okay, I'm away. We'll be back. Okay. Very good.
Okay, so a place to wind up for the day?
Yeah, this is a great place to put a cut.
I think so, because I mean, in from here, there's going to be just this is where it gets interesting, really. But you know, we'll save that.
Yes, but we can't start that right now.
No, that would be too much of a problem. But anyway.
Yeah, we go to check the balance next morning, and it just comes out 0.
Oh, you know what? Here's how I will end it.
Plus 23 corpses.
Yeah. Wow, that would be something. Here's what I will say. You guys will probably be eating before you leave, right?
Yeah.
Or before you go tonight for the rest.
I'm near the kitchen. I'll have them like leave me something.
Yeah. You can leave something by the door or whatever. Blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. But in terms of who has passive? It's Lasan, eh? Lasan has the highest.
What's that?
Lasan, you have the highest passive perception. Okay, so as you guys are sort of like reveling a bit, you know, just kind of looking around and, you know, talking about your experiences of the day, blah, 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 taking a few drinks. I don't know if Lasan, if you drink a lot, but it doesn't matter because you have a passive check of 16, perception check. You notice somebody far off in the other side of the room suddenly stand up real fast and walk out. Just kind of abruptly. Just kind of abruptly and kind of like not just. He's the only. You have really good hearing, right? You have really good perception.
Yes.
Nobody was talking to this guy.
Just guy sitting on his own.
That's why he was so noticeable to you. He was sitting alone, and then all of a sudden just stood up really fast and walked out.
Okay.
Out the front door?
Yeah. And that's where we'll leave it.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So, yeah, that's it for now. And hope you guys enjoyed that bit of, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a mystery, right? It's going to be a bit of a mystery sort of thing. You have to solve some things happening there. Red herrings here and there. I've already thrown in a few. We're going to see if these guys can figure it out. And, yes, until next time. The butler, yeah. There's several of them, in fact. Actually, what's butler? That's for one owner, isn't it? Never mind. These are just like servants. There's a ton of them. Yeah. All right, until next time. Quill, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at youtube.com/Quill18, twitch.tv/Quill18, and twitter.com/Quill18.
Very good. And Demonac, where can people find you?
You can find all my social media and stuff at demonac.com, and of course, tales from my D&D campaign at youtube.com/Demonac.
Yes. Want more in D&D? Do that. In terms of A Kiss for Luck, where can people find you?
Social media, YouTube here, everywhere, A Kiss for Luck.
Perfect. Well, it makes things so easy. And of course, you can find me here on twitch.tv/BriarStone on YouTube. You can click down below, because if you're watching this on YouTube, you know where I'm at. Anyway, also social media, Twitter, best place to find me in social media is going to be twitter.com/Briarstone_LP because I'm not as lucky to have just a kiss for luck everywhere.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, a little bit more effort to find me there. But anyway, that's it. That's all. We're going to see you guys, I suppose, next time. Right now, are you live streaming in just a few moments?
I am, yes.
Okay.
City Skylines in 20 minutes.
All right, so City Skylines coming in 20 minutes for A Kiss for Luck. I will be hosting her from here. Please pop on over.
Thank you, Heaps.
And say hello and be part of the crowd there if you like City Skylines. So we're taking off. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again later.
Bye.
It was fun.